Hey Nikos, always wonderful to have you here. There we go. Just promote the link around, do all that fun stuff, yes sure. Eh? That's everything. Good. Hey, Ozak, how you doing, me boy? Wonderful to see you there. With your flames and your tail and your purdy stuff, you're doing good. There we go. Bring that over to the side so I have a reference. There we go. Yeah, I don't know all the new emblems by heart, so you know, gotta do what I gotta do with that. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, interesting. Okay. Let's open that twice. Let's put that down. That up. Hey, come on. There we go. Just not. Yeah. Put a lecture. That's fine. That seems to fit. Ah, yeah. Let's get this show on the road, shall we? Oh, that reminds me. Any music recommendations from me boys, eh? Some music we can listen to while, you know, we're doing this shit here, yeah? Yeah. By the way, I have the, have the poll right here, you know, with all the new icons, and for those that need a refresher, and me included, here's, you know, all the new icons with the names of the factions, yeah? Alright. I've organized them in order of, elves, Northmen, middlemen, southeast people, the Dunedain, you know, Numenorian boyos, dwarves, orcs and goblins, and then ended with Angmar, which is kind of orc-goblin-human combo. Yeah. I'll be right back. Oh yes, there's also the blue crag there. I'm gonna fill up my soda. I'll be right back. Give me a music recommendation to have while we're doing this, yeah? I wanna kind of know. I wanna know what people are feeling listening to. Spitty? You can ban me all the fuck you want, man. I'm getting that new version. I'll be in your fucking house. I'll come out of your closet, and if you don't have a closet, I'll build one, set it up in your house just to come out of it. I'll get that new version off your computer. Alright. Then I'll leave you $5. Good. You know, then I'll leave you $5 because, you know, I've broken your house. And then I'll give you an invoice for about $1,000 for a new closet and closet construction. You'll owe me. Anyway, I'll be right back. Give me music recommendations that people want to listen to while we're doing this. You know, YouTube videos, Spotify, something like that. Let me know. Hold on to this for me, Billy. There you go. Let's see. Can the camera see Billy? Camera can't see Billy. There you go. Now you can see Billy. Okay. Let me move my mic there. There we go.
Drakshar just subscribed for 3 months. Hi folks, how is it going this evening?
No, I don't think any of them heard me talking to you from the kitchen. Really? Nah, I'm not convinced. Give me that back. You can't be trusted with this shit. Yeah, based about culture, Chuck. Let's see. Hello, Nico, Osak, Spitty, Sever, me girl. How you doing? Rude. What the hell did I just witness? Stuff and things. Hey, Draxia, thank you for the resub. Beautiful to have you here, me boy. Beautiful. And no, Spitty, it's not rude. Right? It's not rude. It's called being a businessman. Huh? I have a product. I'm putting it out in the world, forcing people to accept it, and then giving them an invoice. And if they don't pay up, I'll lawyer up. Yeah. So, no one gave me any music recommendations. What do you people want to listen to? Come on now. Not. We need a YouTube video, maybe a link or a Spotify music from Spotify song, something, you know, something. K-pop? You could listen to K-pop while we're doing this tier list. It's the only recommendation I've gotten so far, man. Come on now. Now, I have no clue to separate this from the actual stream thing, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Let's not worry about that. Yes, very long time indeed, Savvy. Very long time indeed. Let's say. You know what? Let's just search for royalty-free K-pop if any of that exists. Hey! K-pop, not copyright playlist. Alright, let's put that on. There we go. Sure, that'll be fine. Beautiful. It's not overpowering anything. You good? That's perfectly fine now, sir. Song recommendation, eh? Throw some ass. I knew I could rely on you, but you bastard. Alright. Savvy, we'll put your K-pop on pause real quick. This is good. Idea. Too much thought. Right. Okay, so what do we feel like, boys, eh? Let's see. Let's begin with Angmar here, eh? What do you feel like Angmar is? S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier, eh? Yeah, we're feeling cozy indeed. Let's see. Hmm. I don't know anything about S tier. I have not played it in EUR. You know, I'm completely honest. I haven't played it yet in EUR. But it feels like it's a strong contender for A or for A or upper B tier maybe. Now, what do you people feel like, eh? A upper B tier? Nico's usually good with this one stuff, yeah? What do you feel like? Oh, such a C tier. Hmm. Yeah, I definitely feel it's a solid A. Hmm. That's true. Lack of cavalry makes them rather vulnerable. Let's see, let's see. They have a good, solid, all-rounder roster. Some good AP, solid halberds in there and all that jazz, Good pokey sticks, pikes, some good axe throwers too. They have a solid access to AP, basically all roster round. See what I can say? They do have some good cavalry, but they don't have a lot of it. You're right about that. But they have really good archers as well. They also have really cheap chaff that can help them through. Let's see. I'm going to say that for now, I'm gonna put it in upper B. For now, I'm gonna put in upper B. Once that rink is here get going, I'll probably put it in lower A. We'll see how we feel. For now, top B, maybe lower A. Hmm. It really is a must for Rainbow. Good archers give me steady base, but lack of cab means for me a What about their snow trolls? Snow trolls are real good line breakers. You're right about that. Yeah, but we're talking about playing them mainly. Well, we can also talk about playing against them, but that's another whole other playlist. Well, let's we're talking about the whole faction wipe as a whole. That's true. With Ballista, you can take them out, but that does rely on your Ballista hitting them and kind of good scenarios. Ballistae are not a hard counter to trolls. They're just the only way to effectively take a troll down quickly with a single shot. People really oversell the ballista versus troll strat, I'm gonna be honest with you. That's heavy. That one's out. Let's put in the K-pop. They really do. Yeah, that's heavy. Make a call. Yeah. Let's see. The Snows are really good line breakers. They can really mess up a lot. They can also do the same to yours. But they're also useful as shock. It's also good to shock. Oh yeah, it's like Dwarven Great Shot, hard counter trolls. That is true. That is very true. But it also means that there's only a single cultural group in the entire game. Only 3 factions out of every single one of these that can counter them effectively. Right? Every other faction, when it has to deal with trolls, has to suffer. Trolls are always a pain. You have cavalry, okay, you charge them down, get them down here and there, but if you charge wrong, your cavalry dies in droves. You get them out still, but you lose way more than you want to. You have ballista, okay, you can maybe take 1 or 2 out before they reach your lines, and then your ballista won't shoot anymore. Then you'll be shooting your own people a little bit here or there. You have archers, okay, that's really good. It'll take forever to kill them. You can weaken them and then take them out in melee with your AP boys there and maybe some pikes, but you'll still lose a fuck ton of people trying to wipe them out. I'm getting to that. You lose a fuck ton of people trying to wipe them out, and then they'll be, and because they are there, they're usually in low morale armies. The rest of the enemy's army will be routing, but because you can't break the entire army, because the trolls stay there, because they're unbreakable, they'll start coming back little by little, so you'll always have to divert troops to take out the trolls, then think of those, think of the trolls, think of those. You can't convince your entire army, you can't convert your entire army on a singular troll, It gets complicated. But then you have the AP arrows. Those are real good against trolls. Better than archers, because they're AP, they have their armor. You can get through those hit points real quick, like, you know? So that is more factions that can't get through them. Still not effective hard counter, but it is getting closer to being a hard counter. It is now just a counter. Now you have a counter to the trolls. Not a hard one, but a counter. Get Hinnedour though, and that's a hard counter. Oh yeah, Hinnedour a hard counter. That is true. You know what? I'm popping up a VC stream, everybody. Yeah. Alright, crew. Come argue. Yeah. Right here. So, Hinnedour a hard counter. And maybe half trolls and then the Bjornings could also be a hard counter. Perfectly fine, oh sorry. Those could also maybe be a hard counter to trolls. Hinnedour are way more of a hard counter because they're body piercing and they'll just that's like works like a ballista on the troll, you know, it just kills them outright. So the reason why I use the Hinnedour to wipe out all the goddamn spiders basically solo. You know, just Legolas and his father going through all the rebel settlements to wipe out all those spiders. They come out of those gateways, shoot them, they're dead. They're not making it to you. It's beautiful. In the field, they'll probably reach you and kill you, but you know, in the settlement, you're fine. So, they don't have a lot of counters. Only one faction that can reliably counter them at every single tier of game, basically, because Dwarven Ballista, you can get them just straight out of the gate as soon as you wish to and have them the entire way through, always good. But there are more counters than just that. The only real hard counters are like EUR Faction specific units here or there, you know, like the half trolls, Hinnedour, and the Bjornings, you know, the Javi Boys ones, which I think now the Anduin only has one of now. I don't know, I'll have to double check that one. So,
When
Ayo.
I get your point here. Actually, in order to place a faction in a tier, I don't take the extremes of the climax. I take the middle. Actually, what you have in general. For example, you have archers, then you have AP archers, then you go to Uber Elite archers, perhaps.
Yeah.
And the elites and the Uber elites are on the high end that we have to count. The Hinnedour here, only one faction uses Hinnedour, except that we have body piercing arrows to every faction. Then we can say about the Hinnedour controls.
Yeah.
For this reason, we have to counter up to the elite tier that is actually in every faction, so as to place the tier, a faction against the others.
That is true, that is true. Yeah.
That's my logic, actually.
Yeah, I can definitely see it. Now, I think with like, I look at trolls kind of the same way I look at like the Dwarven Ballista. Technically a late game unit, but if you focus on them in like one settlement, so you can get access to them near immediately.
Yeah. Right.
And early game, slaughter. Mid game, they're a pain in the ass to deal with because they'll kill so many more than they want to. Late game, you can have ways to take care of them now, but they'll still usually take out more people than you want them to if you're fighting against them.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I'm thinking, like, once we get later on, I may move it to like late A tier, but right now, upper B, I'm thinking.
Yes, that's why I placed them in B tier as well.
Yeah.
Can we proceed? The next one?
Oh, absolutely. So, what do we think about Mordor then, eh?
Mordor, for me, it's a C.
C tier, eh?
Yeah, C or downside climax of the B. C tier for me, because they count in trolls, in Olog High, the Black Numenorians are very rare for Mordor. and the armies are beatable. They are about the average or just below the average. Even the Black Orcs.
Yeah.
They have cavalry, they have the Vargs, which is a bigger presence to them, but their low armor and their average fighting skill makes them in perhaps low B, I would say, or up C for me.
Alright, we'll wait for Ulster to give his take on it when he comes around. Now,
Yeah, exactly.
now, my take? I'm thinking somewhere around the B-ish tier, you know? Like, you have very much spam, obviously. You can use that very early on to like just overrun your opposition. You lose a fuck ton of armies, but you can grind those out repeatedly, turn after turn after turn. Cause you have access to, let's see, Orc Band, Orc Post, Orc Fighters,
Very fair point.
Orc
Very fair
Archers,
point. Yeah.
Orc
Mordor
Scouts.
is the typical spam faction.
Yeah, that's like, you have access to like 5 or 6 trash tier units that cost you basically nothing. And so every 5 or 6 turns, out of every single one of you, no, sorry, out of basically like every 5 to 10 turns, out of every single one of your settlements, you can spawn out 5 to 6 units.
True. Yes.
It's very hard to deal with if you're playing against it, but it's also really easy to use. And then you have the occasional smattering of elites that you can pop in there, you know, like you can pop in some runic units here, some Haradrim cavalry there, some Kandis horse archers are there, an occasional Black and Manorian, a Nazgul here, which you always get back when they die.
Yes.
And
I also give another point to your thought.
yeah,
The Reapers. They are armor picking, extremely cheap, and you can use them exactly as flank units in every battle completely.
yeah,
You have simple units as the fodder to break the attack, and then flank with rivers.
Yeah.
Only rivers. You don't think anything else.
yeah, really don't. Like,
That is what saves actually Mordor.
that's absolutely fine, Spirit.
That's the great thing in Mordor.
Yeah.
But they're susceptible even to average mid-game archers.
Oh,
And,
yeah. Yeah. Like, that's the thing about Mordor armies, you know. Like, as Mordor, you can afford to throw, like, 3, 5, even 6 armies at a single settlement, turn after turn after turn after turn, and still come out feeling like you won once you finally take it.
Exactly. That's the main power of Mordor. Actually, this is the way Mordor plays.
Yeah.
Both by the player
Like-
and by the AI.
Yeah.
Oblivion.
I'm gonna also, Spitty, feel perfectly free to send in your own things here and there now as it go. As we go through this, I'd love to hear your takes on this. And also, hey, Oblivion, it's beautiful to have you here, my man. Now,
Okay, what we gonna argue about? Because I have a degree of arguing shit and go horribly wrong.
click on my stream if you can. You'll see what we're doing. We're ranking the factions of on the EUR.
Alright, let's just hope I won't hearing echoes while I'm watching the stream.
You're gonna be hearing echoes. You can also mute us here and only listen to the stream. You get music.
Alright.
Or you can do my job. I have the VC open and I have you muted the stream.
Yeah, you can also do that. You won't get the music, but you know. Now,
Okay.
that I personally,
why you keep Angmar as a B tier?
we've already been over that. There was a whole segment. It's currently it's in a fluctuating tier. You know, right now upper B. As we go, we'll probably move it to lower A.
Okay, and what fraction that you gonna argue right now?
We're
Because
currently
it
arguing
really
Mordor.
depends.
It is Mordor.
Yeah, and then
no,
yeah.
sorry,
Now, Lenny,
no
I'm going
title
to
here.
yeah. Now, before
Okay,
anybody goes on about the arguments, I'm gonna say my piece here. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that the optimal strategy to play as Mordor is to have 1, maybe 2 armies that are like elite-ish, you know? Like, and we're saying like black orcs and whatnot, while you're building a third army somewhere at like your capital with like all those free upkeep points of just black Numenorians, runic boyos, Barad-dûr Tower boyos, Olokai, like a super elite one. All the meanwhile, you're using those two elite armies, like I'm gonna say stable army, to basically come in to mop up settlements or other armies after you've thrown one to three trash armies at the settlement or army.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then once you get to like the mid to late game and your like mega elite army is ready, you can then have that as the third wave after you've thrown 1 to 3 like trash armies out there, thrown the mid army out there, and then you throw the elite one out there.
Hello, Elia. Welcome.
Alright, so how many are in the call right now? How many?
It's just me.
There's 4 people.
Yeah, me, Nikos, you, and Ozak. Hey, Alia, how you doing, my girl? Beautiful to have you here.
Alright, we're 4. Alright, so I actually agree with you, Garvin. I actually agree with you, since in fairness, that's what the entire state of Mordor is all about. You're essentially the biggest big bad of this setting. So it only makes sense you're sending your weakest army, your number of hordes, then you're slowly progressing the difficulty until you overwhelm your enemy with your elites.
Yeah.
Essentially, it's about morale factor for the defenders.
Basically. And also this way you keep your elite army as fresh as you possibly can, because you have now time to send it to the backlines to retrain for like 5-10 turns before sending it back to the front lines, because you have all that trash you can throw in the meantime.
And considering that the barracks itself, you train them as very quickly for your uruks, etc. And that's it.
Yeah.
So I have no arguments with that because I actually agree with your assessment.
Yeah.
It depends on what other faction. That's the different story.
Yeah. Now, Spitty, I will check out your tier list in EUR General. After we're done with our tier list, we'll compare them out. We'll have a whole nother argument saying which tier list is better.
Right.
Obviously, it'll be mine. Mine is superior because I am perfection incarnate.
Alright.
Now, so I'm thinking for Mordor, I'm thinking a high A or middle high B, high B or middle high A. It like fluctuates based on whether you're playing against it or you're playing it,
Yeah, I was about to say, do we know if Mordor gets Gogol Door if we get the ring?
I don't know. I think it does. It should. It always used to.
Because if you get the ring as Mordor, then your options grow even more because you have Gogol Door's lands, their roster, their Nazgul as well.
Yeah. And I know you play all the new stuff, Spitty, but come on now. This is me we're talking about. I'm so good at this. I'll make a superior tier list without having played half of these factions, without knowing anything about the new stuff. Mine will be better, regardless.
Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see. Making a prophecy now. Come on now, Spirit. You can't block all my email accounts. Nor can you stop me from putting a closet up in your house.
Nah, he means he's banning you from playing version 2.
Hey, come on now. Hey, I've been a pirate sailing the high seas all my life. This ain't nothing new.
Also, I don't know if you know this, Darwin, but I don't know if it's the same for everyone else, but Darwin, your stream's a little
Ozark,
it's really small.
Nikos, what's your opinion for Mordor?
Hey, give me a moment.
I have
Hold on,
already
Ozark,
talked
what did you
it.
say?
I said your screen on your stream is a bit small. I don't know if it's just me or anyone else sees that.
Okay. Let me try and... Do you mean the stuff you see on the screen or the screen itself?
Hold on.
I think
I'll show you.
Yes.
Yeah. Perfectly fine, Spirit. So yeah, I'm now zoomed in. Is this better?
Okay. For me it is.
Hold on.
Alright, so what
like
faction?
For me, the screen is like in the top right. Hold on, or top left. Hold on. Let me reset my Twitch.
Yeah, that feels like it's a Twitch issue on your end. Yeah. Like it depends on what sidebar stuff you have open and all that jazz. It's real complicated stuff that I don't understand. Right. And the Oblivion, what were you saying there?
I was about to say, Nikos, what's your opinion? And then also, what's your opinion about Garen's assessment of Mordor?
That's right. I give him the point. I would place Mordor lower, however, than him because of the general army of Mordor and the way they play. They are rather weak, and they get not a lot of casualties, but they cannot reach to the point against factions that have better armor. Their average level of fighting skill is lower than the others. So for me, Mordor is below 1 mark, let's say.
I can see it.
Just below 1 mark. And also, in order to do damage, serious damage, they count a lot, not in cavalry, infantry, archers, or something they count a lot in trolls. And trolls, especially in late stage, they are a lot vulnerable.
What about your opinion, Otar?
For me.
Okay, so I do agree that Mordor should be an A, maybe possibly high B above Angmar.
Right, yeah.
For the fact that they get access to quite a number of cab options from Rhûn and Khan, or not Rhûn and Khan, but Khan specifically. They have the Great Beasts. They have 2 types of trolls. They have troll catapults. So even if they run out of ammo, they still have trolls.
Yeah.
Mostly they're not as good as regular trolls, but they're still trolls.
Yeah.
Their elites are excellent. In Sauron's Will, Morgul Chosen, and then the Temple units. And then if they get Dol Guldur with the ring, they also get Castellans. They get the other Nazgul there.
Yeah.
They get spider. I don't know if spiders are an EUR, but they would get them too. Probably.
We have spider riders and I think some spiders. I think they fixed most of the crashing with those.
Okay, then yeah. Okay, yeah, then that's more my point.
Right, so above or below Angmar?
I think that they have. I'd say above Angmar.
Right, yeah.
Just because they do this, they can spam without worry, almost like the goblins, but they can spam even more than Mordor can.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really phase them as much, unless if they lose the Black Gate, if they lose Minas Morgul.
Yeah, they lose all those citadels, man.
Yeah.
Gotcha, I gotcha.
And plus that if you deprive Mordor of removing their only source of recruitment in regards of temple units such as in Durtang, then yeah.
Yeah, but going into Durtang is kind of annoying. Because then you have to go through Mordor just to get to Durtang, and just blocking off the Black Gate and Minas Morgul is normally enough.
Normally, yeah. Right, so we're thinking above Angmar, and they're fluctuating between high B, low A at the moment.
Yes.
So what about the goblins or the Misty Mountains then? What are we thinking?
Low.
For me, I hate good goblins. That'll be either from C, it's either from the very bottom of the tier, or I've had to be very generous and give them, to be fair, it's either from the C to C tier, but the only reason why I'm giving them the C tier for the goblins is the spam, the numbers, the balrogs, and most and that's it. That's the only reason why I gave them the C tier. They're not only they rely on the weak ass units, the spammable units. At the same time, the only few people who play as the goblins, like YouTubers, they have fun. I can see that. Even you, when you play as the goblin, I can see that. I can see that. So that's why I put it as a C tier, not as a D tier, as much I wanted to. But I had to give it fair, remove my negative bias.
Yeah.
I say it as a C tier, not as a B tier worthy, since in all honesty, they're not really as strong, since that's not their stick. And plus, if you do, as a guy who's played against Moria more than I ever done, they're really paying the ass, especially the AI, really.
Oh yeah.
They keep spamming wargs, log packs, and bit trolls, but most of them are tier 1, so I don't see them much of a threat other than just plain annoying.
Oh yeah.
Well, this is playing as them, right? Not defending against them.
We're kind of taking both into account a little, but we're mainly looking at playing.
Okay.
Yeah. Like we're kind of going for an overall tier list, but we're focusing mainly on the player aspect, while giving nods and taking the other aspects into account a little bit.
Yes, when playing against them, it's really pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But when I see you guys play as the goblins, they may be fun, especially if you take somehow the Mithril mines.
Oh yeah.
If Khazad want to build it, and that's it.
Like speaking as someone who's played as them, and who's done a Snaga only challenge in my own personal time. If it was based only on fun, I would put them in A or S tier.
Oh,
it's so fucking fun.
Well, actually, I agree with Spitty actually here, because they have nothing else than only numbers.
Wow, that's where you're a little wrong, boyo. See, they come across as only having numbers, because that is their thing. They are the spam faction of DAC. Not just the EUR, of DAC, of any Lord of the Rings mod that includes them. They're the spam faction, usually, if it knows what it's doing. Yeah. Like up to the third is the itself. Yeah, you and Outlaw, you've seen the Dinosaurs, yeah. But yeah, they're the spam faction. They have the most spam potential. Like Mortar, sure, it has like 5-6 units it can spam out like every 5-6 turns, you know. But fuck, man.
The goblins.
The goblins? Like, you can spam nearly its entire infantry roster.
Yeah.
Like, we're
not only infantry, but also the wargs.
Yeah, also the wargs, yeah. Yeah. Like, when it comes to the goblins, you can spam the Snaga. Obvious. Everybody knows that. You can spam the orc fighters, the orc hunters, the orc band, the 2, 3, 4 other boyos in there that I'm forgetting about. The first warg unit. You can spam the warg pack. You can spam all of this. Like, you can have, with just your beginning settlements, you can have 2 to 3 armies. Hell, maybe even 5 armies if you're, depending on how you're doing it, by like turn 20 without expanding and just developing those. Yeah. On just that. It's insane. It's so fun because you don't give a shit about your armies. And the best part is, you don't even have to care about putting generals in there because those are valuable. Just put some on what's it called? The overseers in there. They'll work as a general just fine. For the purpose of putting those armies together anyway.
And keep in mind the goblins are very cheap. Darn cheap.
Yeah. Like and hey, here's a really good point, huh? Once you get access to your heavy line, you can now match other factions' militia units.
Yeah.
Never underestimate the ability to spam militia tier units in the late game with a spam faction.
Exactly.
Especially when you have access to a readily available, real fucking cheap militia tier halberdier.
You can match my foot with your elite.
Yeah, exactly.
It's in militia, but better.
Yeah, exactly. Spitty says, AI starts with like 7-8 armies to get go. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
No wonder they do
for the AI standards.
Yeah. But yeah, like, basically, but also don't forget, that's real fucking easy access to not only halberds, but crossbows and poison arrows. Sure, the poison arrows are, I would not recommend getting them as a player. You shoot your own units, your army is gone. It's gonna rout.
Don't forget the flame wrangler. Don't forget the flame wrangler.
Yeah, don't forget the flame. But we're focusing on something else here. Yeah? Focus on something else here. You have probably, funnily enough, the most easiest access of any faction to AP.
Yeah.
It's hilarious to think about.
And one of the best AP units too.
Yeah, there's so many numbers, man.
What was it? The most cost-effective AP unit in the Mountain Orc Hunters?
The Mountain Orc Hunters, yes. They cost basically nothing. They die in fucking droves, but they're AP and they're better than your goblins.
Yeah, and they do better than expected.
Yeah, surprisingly.
They're not effective in all honesty.
Yeah. Now, there's one thing everybody here is forgetting about the goblins. You do have elites that can match and actually outmatch some other factions. The Black Pit tier.
Yeah.
And the Azure Defilers.
Oh yeah, one of the best war units in the game.
Oh yeah.
Like the best.
Yeah.
You have experience in that area, shooting your own men. This seems to be going cold and cold.
You're right about that, Spinny. It's why I love the goblin so much, man. I can shoot at the enemy and kill half of my army. The enemy can kill the other half, and I still come out victorious and laughing.
Believe me, Spitty, there is no man on earth available to play the trash faction rather than ligizd, and no other experienced man on earth that knows about friendly fire than Garwin.
Yeah,
those two are unpassable.
Oh yeah, but yeah, like as I was saying, like, the Black Pit unit, fuck, are they strong? Like, they're armor piercing, they're Black Pit Uruks. They can rival some of Gundabad and Isengard's best.
Yeah, I think there is also...
And they come in insane numbers, and they're basically unbreakable. Now...
How big are the numbers?
They're in the 200s, if I remember right. Between 175 to 200.
Urks?
Yeah.
Urks? Jesus Christ, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, they're between 175 to 200. I don't remember exactly at the moment. Hold on, let me boot up the game and double check it here. No, I got
the Black Uruks. The Black Uruks are like 177, or at least.
Yeah. I gotta double check myself here, gotta, fact check everything I do. Stop to think about.
Always.
Yes.
Don't worry, he's a professional. He can fact check it.
Yeah.
Fact checking is a good thing to do.
Yeah.
You don't know if you're going to be wrong or right or not.
Exactly. With the custom battle here, Garassi, Nix, Gubbos. Where are you little shit? There you are. And there they are. There's 182 of them. And then Black Pit Berserkers, 188.
That's still really big.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a really big unit. Like, the Black Pit Halberds are 220. And the Snag are 303.
I love the fact that your main
they went past the fucking the limit.
Yeah.
because of the EOP thing. Nice.
Ah, yeah, it's bloody beautiful. Like, and also not to mention your Mountain Urus and Black Pit Berserkers. They frighten the enemy as well. They have excellent charges, like 9 and 10 charge, and then for a two blader unit or a two-hander unit, that's 19 to 21 defense, 12 to 13 attack. Actually, I may have been wrong about the Mountain Urus. They may not be AP. I can't see it.
I don't think the Mountain Urus are AP.
Yeah.
I don't think the Mountain Urus are ever AP.
No. It's just I remember seeing how fast they kill my boys, so I just thought they were AP, you know.
It's just because of how much their attack is, I think.
Yeah. Like 12 and 13 base is insane. And like we're talking about 20 total defense for units without any shields. Like that 19 and 21 defense is split between only armor and defense skill.
Yeah.
That's insane. Like, sure, you're not meant to put them on the front line to like hold the enemy. You're meant to come in to shock the enemy in the back, but you can still, as goblins, put them out to hold the enemy, and they'll last longer than your entire army.
Yeah.
Oh, it's bloody insane.
Not to mention that the goblins, as far as I remember, they're the only ones of its kind that has chanters. Yes, they get chants.
Oh.
Your morale booster units.
Yeah, the overseers. Yeah. They're the boys you can use instead of generals. It's bloody insane and beautiful.
And also, since they have dwarves, they're a good counter to the Anduin.
Yeah, they really are.
And if you go down south, maybe freaking roll on. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. But yeah, so basically, I'm thinking. Was C or D higher? I don't remember. Hold on. I'm thinking C tier.
It was C.
Yes, because I give it as a C.
Okay, hold on. I gotta read this here.
Same.
After the battle, the gobos left. So, how many did we kill, sir? Commander, about 2,500. Gobos rest. That's amazing. We did good against the enemy. Commander. Oh, you meant the enemy. That's a different story. It's goblins. Fires through his face. Yeah, basically.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, it's beautiful.
God damn it.
So we're all in agreement about like high to mid C tier? Maybe low C tier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Definitely. The goblins really deserve it.
Yeah. Now we do have to remember the caveat that the Black Pit Berserkers and the Mountain Uruks are a rare AOR unit for them. They require mountain regions, which that's not the rarest region type in the game. You can get them relatively reliably, but they're on like a 20-30 like turn timer for them, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So that is a bit of a caveat there. Like you can't go expecting field armies of them unless you build one like I did. Let's ignore that. You know, Balrog needed Balrogs. Now, Dol Guldur.
What next is?
Dol Guldur.
Oh, I never played as Dol Guldur, but I do see one campaign. Not the EUR.
I played as Dol Guldur once, but I've played it a couple of times, but that was on AGO.
I think I've played Dol Guldur once or twice in Third Age.
They're not even in Third Age.
Oh, then it was some mod later.
I think I remember seeing one campaign about Dol Guldur. That was ligizd campaign about Dol Guldur, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me. I'm gonna look at Moss just in case. Yeah. I don't remember if Moss had it.
Maybe it was a really early doc then.
It was probably early.
I never played as Dol Guldur, but I can say
I don't know.
Yeah, they are annoying.
Oh yeah.
It depends as from what faction you're playing.
Yeah, you have access to so much fucking poison. They really do.
They get the real poison arrows, right?
Yeah, they get both. They get the morale reducing ones and the damaging ones. Now, sorry, Oblivion, we interrupted you there.
No. Continue.
No, you were making a point. Finish that up.
Playing as Dumbledore, from what I can tell, is from what I gather from the Discord itself, from EUR. The others who play it, they say it's really hard. That is without the buff income. It's a really hard start, as far as I can tell, and from what I know. You really start as really strong enemies. Not much, but you're really strong. You got Anduin from the north. From the west, you got Lorien. and probably from the Winging from the east, if they reach you long enough. And not to mention, you got Mirkwood, who's a real counter against you. And Dale, probably. So essentially, you get 5. If you want to be more angsty, add Rohan into the mix. You basically got 6 enemies. 6 enemies. That is almost equivalent to the goblins in Misty Mountain in terms of AI waging war against the board.
Also, Spitty, your fellow man of culture there, boy. We all like it hard.
I wouldn't count Rohan in that because they're most of the time they're too busy with Isengard. But if they can at least beat Isengard.
If you're lucky, that is, for not getting involved Rohan. Most of the time they'll just leave your stat. Yeah. That's what I'm doing on. Dumbledore, as far as I can tell, they are very hard. You really need to expand really fast and neuter Anduin as fast as you can, especially you have to face Bayon and other generals, especially their skin changes.
Yeah.
So it's four factions at the start, and then
Anduin Vale, Lothlorien, Khazad-dûm, and Woodland Realm. Dale and Dorvinun don't start at war with you, but they're going to war with you basically as soon as you contact them, maybe like 5-10 turns after you contact them.
Yeah. Or maybe Dorwinian is too busy with Rhûn.
Could be. Well, also, let's not lie to ourselves, boys, right? Playing as Dol Guldur, we're going to attack Mordor, and then consume it once you get the ring.
No one will do it unless you're insane or want a challenge. That's pretty simple as that.
Am I alone in this? Am I seriously alone in this?
I don't do that. I don't normally play Dol Guldur anyway. If I'm being honest.
I never played as Dol Guldur, but I don't want to do it. I have skill issues.
It's not as bad as you think. At least not in AGO or DAC. I just played EUR. I can't play EUR.
Therefore, I play as Dol Guldur. They're just like goblins. They're just like Moria, but the only difference is that they have goblins fought Mirkwood, and you get Mordor, and you get the Easterlings, and that's it. You get your darker version of the Easterlings as your elites.
Oh, yeah,
simple as that.
That's true. Also, Spitty brought up a good point. Even if Dorvinian is dying to Rhûn, they will have time for you.
Yep, that's why I bring up Dorvinian, since they will attack you.
Yeah, anti-player bias, man. Even if the faction is dying, if you're at war with them, they have time for you. It's bloody beautiful.
My verdict when it comes to war, I think is it's really hard since I never played as them, but based on what I know and from what I watch, I think it's below C tier. Below C tier.
I think a low C tier for me.
Yeah.
Low B tier for me.
I think about it. Goblins of Moria, ironically enough, do better than Dol Guldur.
Most of the time, yeah. Even as AI, they do better a lot of the time.
Yeah. Playing as Dol Guldur, I think you have a better time playing as Dol Guldur than you do as goblins.
Well,
yeah,
I
think that there's So for the goblins, there's the high elves, there's the not Dunland, but the Dunedain, and if you break ties with Angmar, there's Angmar too, and there's also Gundabad if they decide to attack you as well.
And also likely Dunland too, because you boarded them there for so long.
Yeah. As Dogol Dur, you have more of a time to build up because everyone is so far away from you besides Lorien and the Anduin.
And Anduin, because Anduin is literally bordering Dogol Dur.
Yeah, Lorien and Anduin are right on you, but your units are quite on par with them, if not a little bit better.
Yeah, that is true. They are a bit.
Yeah.
They're a bit stronger than your typical goblins, but they're on par when it comes to Mordor strength-wise. But even then, you get a lot more spiders than Mordor and than goblins itself.
Also, Speedy, you're absolutely right about that. Perry has done a wonderful rebirth with Dol Guldur and Mordor. It's beautiful. Also, guys, there's one thing you're overlooking here, right? Settlement quality. Starting settlement quality, early access to settlement quality. Goblins have that in the bag.
Yeah. Yeah, but not Dogol Dur.
No.
Yeah, we only started one settlement. That's it.
They're shit on stuff.
Like, you only start with one settlement, and the immediate surroundings too, almost nothing but villages, towns, maybe large towns at best, you know? Like, sure, there's Lorien over there, you can go across there to get, like, a huge city, but you need to fight Lorien to get that, and then you need to fight Khazad-dûm for another one.
Yeah.
And not to mention, you need to create a huge army just to bomb rush against Lorien itself.
Yeah. Like, meanwhile, as the Goblins of Moria, you start with a huge city, a citadel, and a castle, and then you can immediately get 2 villages. Not too good. But then you can get a huge city in Goblin Town, basically for free if you use the right tactics. Honestly, it costs basically nothing.
And a fortress in Madras.
Yeah, and a fortress in Imladris, and another huge city if you take out the dwarves, which that's a little bit harder for you to start out with, but hey, wave tactics, man. Body wave tactics, you got this.
What is it?
Garwin tactics, that's what he says.
Yeah.
Garwin tactics.
Garwin tactics, basically. Yeah. Like, the Misty Mountain Zone is insanely saturated with, like, with second to last tier settlements, man. You have Gundam up there too, and Dane's Halls, and that Frozen thing up there too, and then Khazad-dûm there as well, and Mount Graham is also. It's fucking insane, and also Lorien.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Dogol Dur, you just get Dogol Dur, and not to mention they really start as economically weak. But with
you really do. Goblins are insanely rich.
But since they updated and buffed the economy, the farms is really good. I will say.
Can't wait to play with that.
They made a bit decent. Assumingly, they make it decent for Dogol Dur players who plays as Dogol Dur, financially wise.
Ooh. Okay, guys.
But even then,
guys, there's an update here.
Yeah.
From Spitty, I will share. For version 2, we have buffed villages to grow into towns quicker. Starting pop is higher now for villages around the map. Mirkwood have been helped with pop and the new echo buff in 1.7. We also added forts in Dol Guldur starting zone to help. Alright, that does change things a little bit.
The addition of forts. Yeah, that does change.
Oh yeah. Before it does, they don't even have forts. Last time I they'll have forts near Dol Guldur.
Yeah. So, now, with these changes added, I'd say they're now on par and nearly interchangeable with the goblins. I haven't played these changes, so can't say for certain. But I'm willing to hear arguments if you think that Dol Guldur is now above the goblins.
Well, Dol Guldur are a bit better against the goblins. For mainly reason they get Kamul, and you get the Easterlings that are actually better than your goblins. even on par with your Black Uruks. And not to mention, you get spiders. You even get your great spiders that basically Muma kill. Okay. And I face them, and I don't want them to face them. It gives me PTSD.
Yeah. Like, personally,
I agree. For me, it's a typical C-tier action.
Yeah.
They don't have a big potential. The goblins have. Dol Guldur though doesn't.
Like, I will say one thing. I have a very big lack of knowledge of Dol Guldur because I'm traumatized by them. They are so notorious for crashing through all these special units they have. The spiders that have crashed with them, the poisoners that have crashed with them throughout basically every edition. Like, I have learned to just avoid fighting them like the plague as much as I can. It's just become an innate aversion to fighting them. It's just led to just me not having much experience with them at all. So I'm kind of relying on you boys.
Don't take my words as a face value, but take it as a grain of salt. At first, I say it as a below C, behind the goblins, simply because my bias against them as a player, but at the same time, but also my knowledge when it comes to other players who plays as the Dol Guldur. But I'm much more curious. But I'm curious about Nico's and Ozark opinions.
Now, everybody, do keep in mind, we're not comparing factions in it. Which faction will win against who. We're comparing what it's like to play them. How is it fun? Are they powerful? Are you able to get going good? We're comparing all aspects of play, basically. It can include fighting each other, obviously. That always plays a part. But it's mainly just playing them. Like, how good are they on the campaign?
And I also add to this that the scripts that tie these factions are also interesting, having the very special flavor they have. Mordor, Angmar has, goblins have, with the Balrog.
Yeah.
What has Dol Guldur except get the ring, get it to Sauron, and then get merged with Mordor?
Well, you have Kmul the Easterling.
Something.
You are right, though. Dol Guldur may need some more flavor scripts to add some stuff to them, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
At least to assert something of independence, something like vassal. It has the meaning to exist after you get your purpose. And the purpose here is to get the one ring.
Yeah. Now, one thing I will
less.
say. One thing Dol Guldur has done very well for basically every edition is basically distinguishing itself from Mordor. It's always had a very unique aesthetic and style among the orcs of Middle-earth. Ambush tactics, poisons, spiders, and all that jazz. It's so cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
I agree with that.
I agree with that.
Yeah. So, so basically, final verdicts then. Above or below the Goblins of Moria?
I think we put them above, but I think that they're more or less equal.
Yeah.
I also believe that they are equal, though I play them below because in the current they actually have a lower purpose than the others. And they are less fun to play, to say the least.
Yeah.
For
I
me,
can see it. I can see it. What about you, Oblivion?
I'm torn between either tie to below. I'm either tied to below simply because but since we go from the majority, I say we go from tie, in all honesty.
So since everybody is kind of leaning low, but only one of you is kind of leaning high, we'll put it at tie to low. Right?
That's fair.
Okay.
Okay, who's next? Is that Isengard?
That's Isengard, baby.
Isengard. For me, it's an S.
Boy.
I can definitely see why.
S tier.
I'm thinking S tier.
I don't like evil factions at all.
I'm
You know,
thinking high
you have
A
watched
tier.
my stories, but Isengard is an S tier.
S tier. That's
Very
nothing.
fun script. Very bigger ability to develop than other because of Saruman.
I think probably. I think they're at the precipice of A. Like there's no one there's no one below them that's better than them.
So basically you think they're as close to getting into S tier without being S tier as they can be.
Yeah. Yeah.
So basically upper A tier. That's basically upper A tier. That is outrank Angmar and Mordor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
I can see it. How's that? You want to bring
Because
forth an argument for it?
Yes, because their ability to spam all of their units is better than I think Mordor's ability to spam their units. That's their whole shtick. They've made 10,000 Uruks in what? Let's say a couple of months' time.
Basically.
And they were also able to arm all of them with iron and steel.
Yeah.
Their berserkers are top tier.
Oh, yeah.
They also get the Nazkai. They get the Nazkai. They get the Trolls of the White Hand. They get Saruman in many colors if they get the ring.
Yeah. They get all the Nazgul if they get the ring.
Yeah. They get all the Nazgul. They don't have much of a problem dealing with Rohan if Isengard really gets going, which isn't that hard to do, especially in a post barracks event removal. They get strongholds now. They can upgrade all of their towns and cities.
Yeah.
Or all of their cities.
Oh yeah. Every orc faction would be a whole lot lower if they couldn't do that. If they still couldn't do that.
Yeah, I still remember that is pre-version DAC. I forgot what number, but I think it's pre-version 3. That is the whole thing of no upgrading orcs until version 4 that takes them upgrade.
It was turn 60 that the barracks event came on.
Yeah.
Originally.
It was fucking insane.
And that didn't go away until version 4.5.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, my knowledge.
Let's see what Spitty says here. A for me. Good overall roster, strong elites, ring script cons. Their armor works against them as they face AP factions. End it with, you lose a lot. Weak cav early on, works better. I can see it.
I can see it as
He
well.
has a point.
Yeah.
He has a point. But even
The only reason why I even pick as a S tier at the beginning is simply from the films. Like imagine look at the Battle of Helm's Deep. Through the films alone, just focus on the films alone, not from the gameplay aspects. Legolas try to kill the Berserker. Bomb rush into Helm's Deep 3 times. It still fails.
Yeah,
so
it's
imagine
fucking hilarious.
yeah.
So my biases. Oh, that is
because
not
of the movie.
The movies are so good, you're biased.
But in fairness, it doesn't really reflective when it comes to gameplay wise. They get 2 hit points. That is times 2 in game mechanics. But even then, I feel like they still a bit weaker since obviously they have no armor and they get killed easily by peppermint arrows and cab charge them. And even then,
Yeah, that's why the Nazkai are so much better, and they're just more.
yes.
Nazca basically Saruman taking the idea of the Berserkers, which basically take the biggest, meanest, toughest Urukai he finds, drug them the fuck up, add sorcery in there, make them as big and tough as you can, since they're just now insane Berserkers, string and everything, and give them discipline and armor.
giant armor, yeah.
It's
And not
fucking
only
insane.
that,
And bombs, don't forget
and
the
not only
bombs.
that, and not only that,
You're
you
not
get
sure
the
lives anyway.
Yeah.
I talked to, I don't know if I should know this, but I talked to one of the testers before he quits to DAC. Apparently, in DAC alone, Nazkai wasn't supposed to be OP. He wasn't supposed.
Really? How the hell did they try? Did they even try not to make them OP?
Like, imagine this: the Nazkai in DAC actually killed the army of the dead
Yeah.
through the bombs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes more sense.
Seriously, man. Like, imagine being that people making the NAS gods. Remember, guys, they're not supposed to be OP. Should we give them the bombs? Yeah, let's give them the bombs. If we give them the ability to kill the army of the dead, let's give them the ability to kill the army of the dead. Wait, what did we do?
That is why. And I just recently talked to him recently, so that, and I came from the information. I was like, wow, and it is part of the Discord. But yeah, but even then, I understand why it is A tier for Isengard. I never play as Isengard, but I do watch a lot of gameplay when it comes to Isengard, and I do
you should play
think
that.
You
a
really
lot,
should. They're one of my
of
favorite.
fun.
Oh, yeah.
They are a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But my favorite one, that'll be the stakes against Rohan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly,
But
one of my
outside of Rohan,
one of my most favorite ways to play Isengard, or like in my own time, is basically run a. I'll only hold Isengard. I'll just build it up, build like 2 mana, my free upkeep thing, put some people in 40 in there, until I see the ring, beeline for the ring, get it, then continue building up until I have a full Uruk-hai infantry army, and then go out to proper war.
Yeah.
It's like you can have like somewhere between 15 to 18 free upkeep slots in Isengard alone.
Yeah, there's a lot of upkeep slots.
Yes.
and not to mention Isengard has a good income that is in pale in comparison to Goguldur.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, you got the mine.
Yeah.
You got the actual mine. And Goguldur is sort of the same, but the only difference, they give shit tier mines. When it comes to Isengard, apparently they got good mines.
Oh yeah, and let's also not forget that the Isengard is one of the most insane recruitment settlements in the game. It has access to one of the highest tier slots to one of the highest number of recruitment slots available, and some of the most units in a single settlement with the Dunlendings coming in there. It's bloody insane what shit they get access to, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, but when you play as other than Isengard, it's kind of but you get a lot of more upkeep.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Now, one thing that I find really funny about Isengard is that if you build it up, you can reduce retraining costs to under 100%. Funnily enough, because there's a cap on how much training costs can be reduced, like it doesn't fully function. It means that you can basically retrain most units for 77 gold, or 75 if I remember right.
Oh my god, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. Now, depending on the unit, the cap is different, but usually it's about 75.
From the guild or from the ancillaries or traits that will reduce the. Oh, alright.
But I remind you.
Okay, so this next faction is a different one. It's a new one.
Yeah, hold on. Now let's listen to Nikos real quick.
I remind you with Isengard, another con that to speeches. Remember the settlement quality. Is the best quality. However, if you lose it, especially early in the game, have a very big infrastructure and economic debuff.
Yeah,
that's what you have to be very careful about Isengard. This is a weak point they have, and this is the you counter Isengard. possible.
It is. Like, if you take Isengard from Isengard, they're not nearly as good as they used to be. But at the same time, if you're playing Isengard, how the hell are you losing Isengard without already being on a death spiral and just fighting until you die?
Unless you really start playing Isengard.
Like, if you're playing Isengard and you lose Isengard, losing Isengard is not what kills your faction. You were already dying.
Yeah. You also shouldn't be losing Saruman either.
Yeah, but, that one's more forgivable. That people do stupid things. I do stupid things.
Losing Saruman, you shouldn't be losing Ugluk or Lurtz either. Well, I don't know about Lurtz, but Ugluk. You don't lose Ugluk. Because he's your only early tier infantry unit that's good against Rohirric cavalry.
Yeah, and in the current version, Ugluk is Berserkers, and Lurtz is Hunting Pack. Ugluk does start as max armored Berserkers, so that's 3 armor on the boils.
Okay, that's fine.
Like, I'll be honest with you, Ugluk's Berserker unit, surprisingly good. Like, he gets that boost to the unit number, thanks to being basically the faction heir all the time without actually having the ancillary,
He's not the I was about to say he's not Lurtz is
the no family tree, so it always skips over Lurtz.
Yeah.
Yeah. Goes right to Ugluk.
Poor Lurtz.
Poor Lurtz, man. He can never.
He can go the whole game. He can go the whole
So
game without being.
So we're all in agreement that is an upper A tier. That is support order.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For me, possibly
Isengard is
as well.
Now we're
A is good.
So next we have Blue Crag. It's Speedy has some information. So next faction, Blue Crag. Think as them as spam faction early on. Lots of slingers and javelins. I love slingers. Numbers. Will get Dour Hands elite dwarf units, low in number, long recruitment time, or don't go with Dour Hands and just stay with heavy goblin units instead.
Oh.
So basically, from what I've been gathered from that and the previews and whatnot, the Dour Hands are, you get elite Dour Hand dwarves, which are basically, they come only as elite units, but they're even lower in number than base dwarves are already. Like, I'm basically thinking they're like somewhere between 50 to 75% the size of a normal dwarf unit, basically. That's my estimate.
Well, actually, they really have low in numbers, so it totally makes sense why the elites are low in numbers.
Yeah, from what I've seen of the Dour Hands, the first ones you get are like between tier 3 and tier 5, basically. Like they're around that tier when they come into you. So really low in number, but you get access to tier 3 to tier 5 dwarf units, man. As a goblin spam faction.
So this
or
makes
you can
them,
just say fuck the Dour Hands.
The goblins.
Yeah, or you can say fuck the Dour Hands, go for heavy goblins instead. Like more trolls, more seeds, more particular goblin units. It's really needing the spam thing. Like honestly,
I think these guys are very situational.
Yeah, they're very situational, but they're also reworking the whole region. Like, keep in mind, they're starting outside of on the left-hand side of the Basra-Doom region. They're reworking the entire area, so you can't go and beeline for the High Elves. They can beeline for you. From what I've seen from the maps, there are only 2 ways to get at Blue Crag, and that's through the mountain chains, basically. And then you get into Basra-Doom, and I think there's 1 more settlement from there to the High Elves, basically. Or you can go downwards. I think they've added like 3 to 5 settlements in that region alone.
Okay.
Yeah. Surely it's above the goblins, but below 1.
I don't know.
They get value, but only.
You also get oxen.
What?
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah.
Dour Hand, you get oxen.
And
based on the preview.
Yeah, with the Dour Hand. Also, don't forget.
Yes.
If you, I don't know if you get them only with the Goblin option or if you get them with the Goblin and the Dour Hand option, but there is a troll unit that's basically a mini catapult on Troll's back with a goblin on it, throwing big ass boulders on
like,
it with.
Oh, it's like the Hobbit movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like
it's
this.
like
They
it's
should put that troll as a goblin faction on Gundabad 1.
Think of this way. Sure, it will probably be the weakest catapult in the game. Doesn't fucking matter, it's a catapult. If it's hitting you, you're dead. But it'll be the fastest, most agile and maneuverable catapult in the entire fucking game.
I wonder how
Imagine
that
you get one shot. Imagine your custom general like Elrond get hit by one of them.
Yeah, it's fucking insane. I don't know exactly how it would work, but I would imagine that they're on a troll spec, so they're smaller than actual catapults. So we have like a reduced range, still higher than any archer, obviously, but less than between 5 and 300 of like on a of normal, trolls. No, not trolls, on a catapults. So I'm thinking somewhere between 250 to 300. Ooh, send them the Black Cat to Roscoe in Discord. Alright, let me go see them. Let me get in. Yes, accept DM from Spitty, me boy. Also, Spitty, you're my friend now. You've been added.
Here.
Let's open this in browser here. Yeah, here's what we see. This is the Black Crag roster.
small.
Yeah, but this is just Black Crag without the Dower Hand, and from what I'm seeing, I think without the Goblin choice. Is that right, Spitty? Is that just? I think this is just the base roster without the choices. Is that right, Spitty? We'll wait for a bit for Twitch to get to him, and then him to answer, and then that to get to us through Twitch. Couple seconds, couple minutes. Yes. Okay. This is the base roster without either choice. Once you make the Dower Hand choice, you get between 3 to 6 new units. Make the other choice, you get between 3 to 6 new units added onto this. I'm leaning closer to 6.
You also get wolf packs too.
Yeah. It's really cool. You don't get work packs, you get wolf packs. And let me just, I love the derpy wargs here, because they look like Caragors, but furry. They look like they don't receive the brain cell at all. They're trying to receive it, but it never arrives. Look at this. You have the early tier trash thing here, very low armor, but it seems like you have early tier trash tier AP there in the Gobbo boy, in the 300 numbers, with a big ass club. You have a Javi boy over there, an archer boy there. No, you have a 200 boy there. Maybe an archer boy there, and a Javi or a spear and shield. I can't tell completely from the cards
there's
alone.
also slingers here too.
What'd you say?
Remember, there's slingers too.
Oh yeah, there's slingers too. So there's probably slingers somewhere around there. I just can't. I can't fully make them out. Then you have the next tier there. You have a bit more armor. Yeah, slinger. You have a bit more armor, but yeah, this boy here is then slinger. You have a bit more armor, but not all that much. I'm thinking it goes from base 0 to base 2, 3 armor basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. And basically the same stuff there. Real good variety, real high numbers. Then you have a slinger unit there, and then you have these on the bigger orcs here. Someone like Uruks. I'm thinking there'll probably be between base 6 to 8 armor. I'm leaning closer to thinking it's gonna be 6, considering the theme of the faction. But you have a hammer and shield, a Javi and shield, and a big ass hammer. This entire line is AP. Every single Uruk here is AP, armor piercing, if you go by the hammers, and the javelins.
Yeah.
And then, these boyos here have axes as well. They may also be AP, axe and shield. So you have...
Considering the fact that slingers and Javies are inherently AP, besides some Javies.
Yeah. So from what I'm seeing here, at each and every tier from your baseline, Yeah, they're an AP faction.
Yes,
From
they
the
are
trash,
AP, yeah.
from the 0 tier to the 1st tier to the 3rd tier, you have access to an AP melee and an AP ranged unit on every single one of these. And the final line is entirely AP. Then you have the catapult trolls. Then you have stone throwing trolls. You have big ass clubbing trolls, you know, with some swords and whatnot. Then you have trolls with towers. I think there's ballistas on top of those or something. I don't know. The dragon on siege towers,
like
basically.
This, if I remember the preview.
Yeah, with like ballistas on
Yeah,
top.
Movable ballistas.
Yeah.
Movable ballista.
Oh yeah, with that like troll sword. Except the Dow hand roster, we'll check it in a moment. Then you know you have the when I warg wolf rider things. Then you have the wolf packs. You send me the Dow hand roster. Let's go check it out. So with just this one, with just this roster alone, where are we thinking they would be, eh?
I would play surely, probably, above the goblins, but if they have the Dow hand option. Or else they are below the goblins.
Yeah.
Because they are AP, but they have very low
God.
And they will
I don't
be...
Guys, look at
It's
these
the
flaming
Dow hand
shit
that
coming
gives
here. If I'm
Yes,
seeing
yes,
this right,
yes,
that's
this
coming
is
from the
Dow.
towers.
Yes.
Multi-shot flaming ballista from a tower. Moved by trolls.
Movable.
Yeah, there's multiple ballista on there. That's 3 per. This is a single unit from a thing here. Oh fuck. I love this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tower
Flaming
comes,
ballista
if
tower,
I
yeah.
understand PT, only with the Dow hand
Yeah.
option. Not without the Dow hands.
Yeah. So without the Dower Hands, with just the base roster, without the Dower Hands or the Orc roster or the Goblin roster added on top, we're thinking like above the Goblins, maybe high C, maybe low B.
I think low B.
Yeah, I think
Low
low B
B.
too.
Yes, yes,
Nice
yes,
here.
yes.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Now,
yes.
let's
the
add-
Dow hands for me send them to the B, possibly to the A.
Then add the Dower Hand.
Then let's add the Dower Hands on here. Put that down. You have this fancy axe here, you know.
Look at
little
this.
fan. Dower Hand
Sexy.
Elite Grenadiers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
The steam missile, which means bombs.
holy fuck.
Like,
I think
hands.
they're shooting bombs. I think they have
Yes.
bomb launchers.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I also believe
Okay.
they are bombs.
Dower Hand
Probably,
flails. AP melee unit. 19
Yes.
armor, 8 defense, 5 shield. 12 defense, 19 armor for
In
grenadiers.
attack, armor piercing also.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. This is looking like but this look like tier 3, maybe tier 4 and tier 4 or tier 5. I'm thinking it's tier 4 and tier 5.
It's
Yes.
probably that.
Yeah.
I think it's
I
tier
say
3
it's
to tier
tier,
4.
it is Dwarven tier 4, which
Yeah.
is higher than the tier 4 of
Yeah, like for the goblins, this would be tier like 5 and 6.
Yes, yes.
For
exactly.
for most factions, this would be tier like on a 4 and 5. For dwarves, this is tier 3 and 4, I think.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. So we appear to have halberdiers or pikes, either one. We have an axe wielding axe and shield there, so AP. We have a spear and shield there. We have crossbows. Then we have the the grenadiers with the grenade launchers. Yeah, I want to see the yaks too, man. And then we have the flailers that are also AP. You see the low numbers here? 78,
Yeah.
52, 22 for the grenadiers, but that's
Yes.
understandable. Then you have the oxen there. You have an ox rider, an ox cart boil. You have a catapult and a trebuchet. Interesting.
Yes, they have something like a chariot with a ballista.
Yeah. Alright, let's see if we can get the oxen pictures here and then make a decision, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd
And
probably say at this point maybe high B or low A.
I think
Based on the preview alone.
underestimating the ability to add Dwarven elites with this amount of shit to Goblin spam. And the amount of shit the Goblins have already with just the ability to shred through units. Like, I can see using these armies, if you use them right, elf and dwarven armies won't matter to you anymore.
True. I also believe so.
Hear me out.
With the trash,
Lower
you
tier
pin them
A.
and then you kill them with a... Yes.
Based on the preview alone, lower tier A.
The
If you
trebuchet.
pick a Townhand.
Yeah. Let's see, you have the trebuchet, catapult, ballista, you know, all that normal jazz, you know, there.
Yeah.
You have oh, the trebuchet throw exploding bombs, barrels specifically.
Yes.
I like to imagine there's a hobbit in each one.
I'll be right back, guys.
Right, yeah.
I strongly believe, guys, that players play Dorkhan, the blue crack faction, they will go Dorkhan all the way.
Yeah. A lot of them will definitely.
Will be almost eliminated.
Yeah.
I believe so.
From what I'm seeing,
because it gives so much flavor and gets so much tires.
Yeah.
This makes you interesting.
Oh yeah, it really does. Like from what I'm seeing here. Ooh, he sent me yaks. Let's go check out the yaks. Ah yeah, baby. You can see the yaks. Like just for yaks, I'm saying S tier. Just for yaks.
Yeah.
We all love the yaks.
I believe these are crossbows.
Yeah, these are the crossbow chariot boys. Like they run through, the chariots crossbows keep shooting.
Yes.
Nikos already have a mental degree when it comes to goat riders and boar riders.
Yeah. But oxen are fine apparently. Oh, I love it. Right, just from what I'm seeing from these boyos here, just from what I'm seeing here, I can see the potential for S tier. Because just thought it would be fun to throw that in. Yeah, absolutely. Like, if you use these dour hands, even if you just use the goblins, right, it can be absolutely S tier. You can shred through. Like, the army, the factions I see becoming S tier, blue crack here, I can see you with a right army build shredding through them without really noticing. At the same time, they may be tricky to play depending on how it's going to be handled. So if you aren't like used to playing it, if you aren't like used to playing like these games, or you're done the experience, or you haven't learned blue crack enough, it may be like B tier. You guys do well in ARNs, yeah. But I am thinking high A, low S, because of the potential there.
What me is it since that was based on the preview without any gameplay, without any other than stuff. I say it's below A tier. Considering you play as the blue crag alone without the goblin, I say you be as B tier. But when it comes to the down hand, I say that is below. I say is, yeah, I agree with you that is below S tier. But for me, I say is below A tier at best.
I say. Also, Spitty wants to know who weezed the barrel throwing unit. When I like to mention a hobbit being inside each one.
I did not sneeze. I just
wheezed?
Oh, that's probably me. I just said goblin. I just said hobbits.
Yep. Yeah. I was oblivion, Spitty. He's the one who laughed. But yeah.
I laugh. Yeah. I laugh at the image alone makes me think of roasting hobbits.
Ah, yeah, baby. So, back to serious business. Now, Oblivion, your opinion, low A, maybe B.
My opinion would be, in fairness, is gonna without the Dawn hand, that would be B tier. With Dawn hand, that is low A tier. If you've done it right, that is low S tier. But in fairness, it's gonna be, I don't know, it's gonna be with the B tier. What about you guys?
Well, for me, Excuse me if I interrupted someone.
Perfectly fine.
It is B tier. The reason is that the faction is extremely different with the door hand and without the door hands. With the door hands, we have just a copy of goblins. And the potential of the settlements around is quite high because you have Harlond, for example, you have Tolborn, you have places that can make money. So you can have a strong economy, a strong base, and of course the potential of going straight into Bree, Eriador in general, makes a faction quite good for the goblin choice. However, they have low armor, they are AP, but they are susceptible to fire from distance, etc.
Yeah.
I don't see that they have strong shielded units, so their armies are weak at that point.
Yeah.
So they are on par with the goblin without the door hand. They are on par with the goblins, and perhaps they are on the higher level of above the goblins.
Yeah.
However, with the door hand, we see a complete change, completely different faction, because of the engineering, the siege engineering here. We see the higher quality of armor, much higher quality of armor, and the door hand units are dwarves. We know that they are dwarves.
Yeah.
In the middle, so balancing them actually, in order to place them, for me it's high B tier, low A.
Totally fine, Speedy. Right here.
What are we talking?
That and a blue crag with like.
Okay, we're still. Okay.
Yeah. So, opinions, Ozark?
Okay, so opinions. I was just actually going through this in my head when I was cleaning the frying pan from my lunch.
Yeah.
Without the dower hand, I think probably high C, low B, but with the dower hand, I think they go high A, maybe low S tier.
So we got both. So we got both. So we got one low S tier, one A low tier, and the.
Now, there's one thing I wish to say, which I think everybody is overlooking and underestimating. This is not an infantry faction.
It's not.
This is an artillery faction. Begin with, like, you have these fucking towers. These are going to be surprisingly mobile. Not as mobile as, the troll boils, obviously, but they're going to be about as mobile, if not a little bit more mobile than base catapults, Keep your infantry there, keep them busy, all that jazz, blah, 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 you know the drill. And then you have catapult trolls, and trolls that can throw rocks. Like, these trolls here, throwing these rocks, it's going to be between, out the range of a normal archer unit, to, let's say, like, it's going to be between, like, 200 to 130 range here on these boys. From just my estimation of it, just a troll throwing this thing, The catapult here, it's going to be between, like, 250 to 300 range. And this is what everybody here seems to be underestimating. Even if we ignore the tower hand choice, the job here seems to be very simple. All this trash here, real fucking cheap. Bog the enemy down, throw your artillery shit right in there, decimate everything, wipe out the enemy on approach, clog them down with your boys, wipe out the enemy as they're clogged, and your own infantry line, but who gives a shit, have some reserves around. Then throw them in there to mop up the, like, stragglers. Like, we're talking, like, between 1 and 20% of units left across the board. If you build your armies right. Like, this is the one faction what I would probably say have a minimum of 5 artillery pieces in there with trolls, which, by the by, every single artillery piece is a troll. When it's out of ammo, that's a fucking troll unit. And the amount of fucking AP in there too.
They probably have the most AP in the game.
Oh, they absolutely do. There's no faction that has this much AP. Every single tier has at minimum 1 AP melee, 1 AP ranged. Some tiers have more. This is the one faction in the entire game where if I play it, I actually fucking build the beast cages and the siege works before my barracks. Yeah, I can see you want to counterbalance the ass, Pity. Like,
Yeah.
you have trash. That is the perfect, absolutely fucking perfect shit to have when your focus is artillery. Cause you don't gotta give a shit about losing it. Like, sure, like if you had elite across the board, yeah, he wants to end with the bottom of the sea. He really doesn't like him. Like, if you had elites across the board, you wouldn't be able to use artillery effectively. You'd be too worried about killing them. Oh, so apparently I'm annoying my boy. I'm very loud. He came in close to the board. Anyway. Like, you'd be worried about killing them. You wouldn't be able to use them effectively. You'd be like, it's too costly. I can't. But no. You have garbage. The enemy is elves, dwarves, humans, all that shit. Those units are valuable. Yours are not. Throw that shit in there. Kill your entire army. And then when the barely functioning remnants reach your artillery, they realize, oh fuck, those are trolls. And they're untouched. I'm saying this now.
Yeah.
They're high A, low S. If you play them right.
Same as as long as you keep the trolls alive.
Yeah.
With that being right. The average Joe who never plays as Blue Crag, treat it as your normal goblins.
Yeah.
That I will say that'll be as low A tier to at best as B tier.
Yeah.
If without the Dohan.
Yeah.
Again, when it comes to AT.
Yeah.
AAT, it comes to trolls and artillery. Again, even with the Dohan one. But from a perspective with your average Joe, with basically low skill or medium skill player, at best, that would be B tier to low A tier at best.
Spitty just throwing out his fisherman hatred there. And the chat is bloody beautiful. God. So, I'm in agreement with you there, Oblivion. So basically, the average, like a boy who doesn't know all that much about the game, doesn't play Blue Crag, all that, like low to average skill, probably low A, upper B. Sure. But to a skilled player knows what he's doing, fucking S tier. Upper A, low S. God fucking
that
damn.
I can agree with you. That I can agree with
Yeah.
you. So at best that'll be A tier, up.
Yeah.
Low S tier to A tier, yes.
Yeah, like I'm putting them above Isengard here.
Yeah, I'd put them above Isengard too.
Yeah.
Same.
Like, Isengard
same.
isn't it's not the be all end all. They're just the best in their tier.
Yeah.
And also, one last thing, I treat, considering the script alone, I treat it as you got Dorian situation. I mean, think about it. Except, you only stuck to one choice, and that's it. But you get a situation that is the wing situation, but on the western side, but actually better.
Yeah. So, like, basically, a better example is probably the Ered Lewin script, which I fucking despise for calling it evil. That's just wrong with the text it's given. Anyway, the Ered Lewin script and the Kant script. Two choices, make it deal with it.
Yes.
Real good things either way. Well, there's one obvious way to lean.
Yes.
If you want to go meta.
Yes.
But I'm gonna be honest with you, I'll probably be the one fucking streamer out there that makes the goblin choice. God, everyone who plays this is going to go the Dowrend route, and then because I'm saying this, now everybody's going to go the other route because they don't want to be like everyone else. I'm outsmarted them, so I'll be the only one going the Dowrend route. But now it revealed that, so they'll go the Dowrend route, and now I'll go the other one. I'm back to being the only one. And then the loops.
That's how you
Don't forget the Trash King, Liggy. Well, don't forget the Trash King.
Yeah. No. I'll rephrase, right? Me and ligizd will be the only ones going the goblin choice.
Yes.
We're gonna...
Definitely. Shall we go on?
Right, so Gundabad.
A tier.
Absolutely, it's A tier. It's the
I'd
first campaign I ever played on anything live. Well, not live. It was my first recorded campaign on YouTube before I went to the Twitch thing.
Actually, you know what? For me, I think they're S tier.
Yeah?
Because of how many units that they can get, that they can accumulate.
Oh yeah. Like
I think that they're the best orc faction.
Oh yeah. Like people highly underestimate the importance of defense skill. It is extremely good.
Yeah.
The main thing here is AI doesn't know how to use it well, and most play people don't know how to use it well, so the units start dying real quick, but the reason is very simple. Your units are tired as fucking shit. Stop leaving them exhausted. It lowers their attack by 7 and the defense skill by an amount I don't know. They're the defense skill faction. Use it.
Yeah.
719th just redeemed hydrate.
Rightio, Sevi. Night. It's been wonderful having you, my girl.
Bye, Sev.
Oh, I made it fucking morning.
Thank you for the hydration. And dream real good dreams, girl.
Morning.
Dream of me.
Yeah.
Now,
like
here's Spitty's take. Gundabad is next. My take, lots of early units. Not that much AP or workability early on. Weak armor. Get good units next. Really solid roster all around. Good bodyguard, trolls, etc. A tier for me, because of the lack of works and armor. Yeah.
I agree with this, actually.
Yeah. Like,
I don't think that their lack of works is a detriment, because they can just go into Angmar.
No,
Angmar's there.
Yeah, I can see that. Like, he's basically saying, like, the lack of reliable access to works is, what's lowering it for him. Because not everyone is going to attack Angmar for them, obviously. I am.
Well, except for me, if I'm gonna play as Gundabad.
I mean, hey, have you seen my first campaign? By the way, highly recommend it. I actually put in effort into that bullshit. I did voice stuff. I tried to do early editing shit for the intro stuff. It was beautiful.
I'm pretty sure I was one
Fuck
of
you,
the few.
Spitty. Don't you take my Mount Graham works away from my Gundabad faction. I will murder you.
Oh, Gundabad. Okay. I think I'm Gundabad. I really want to play as Gundabad, and I watched the gameplay. It was fun, and even from DAC Gundabad, it was good shit. You essentially an evil. Essentially, you are Adonium, but orcs, and it was good. You only get like settlements from where you recruit them. It's not instead of everywhere.
Yeah.
Like key settlement, for example, Goblin Town, you get the goblins. If you take Moria, you get the better Moria elites. If you take Doguldur, you get like what? Doguldur units, and even Castellans if you own Doguldur.
I think so.
There's even go as far as Mordor. If you take Mordor, you basically get Mordor units.
Yeah.
There's
you
even
take Isengard, you get Isengard units. I love this script. Like, The Boruks of the North are beautiful. By the way, Boruks, if you don't know, that's what I've always called them. It means snow orc in black speech. Yeah. The Boruks. They are beautiful.
Yeah.
They're basically two orcs. What the Númenóreans and the Dunedain are to men. They come from the harshest, toughest north, descended directly from the orc armies of the First and Second Age, which Morgoth himself bred, that fled into those regions, and then just got stronger through basically survival of the fittest mentality, surviving the harshest weathers, and now they're coming back down with their own actual king and family tree to basically go, we tried serving a Dark Lord. Fuck you, we're doing it ourselves. And every other orc here is going to obey us.
And not only that, they give a big middle finger to Sauron since they only serve as Mordor. They look down Sauron.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like, and also, fun fact. There is, as far as we are aware, orcs are immortal. They have no actual lifespan. They're just corrupted elves. They should be immortal, but they just die so quickly, so often. So there is a good chance that some orcs of the Bordernook faction of Gundabad have been alive since Morgoth's time. There's a good chance of that.
Something
So
like
those
the
bastards
veterans.
are basically just sitting there, looking at like all the other peons who just born recently. Go, Sauron's doing something. Oh, he sent a back messenger. They're like, you mean Morgoth's first lieutenant? Fuck that guy. He sucked. He got killed by a dog.
It's like
You really
all the
have
veterans
to-
of the
We
Elven
have to
faction.
thank our. You really have to thank Alec here for absolutely bringing Gundabad to life.
Oh yeah.
Having a
I
Gundabad
love it.
faction to be added, but once they made it more different and basically made a version but orcs but better,
Mhm.
I actually love the concept of it.
Oh,
even though there are in canon wise, Gundabad's already existed with the orcs, but with the I much more prefer with the
Yeah.
DAC and EUR version.
And here's the funny
First
thing.
book.
Here's the funny thing about the DAC and EUR version of Gundabad. They don't erase the previous version. They basically have these boys come in and take Gundabad from the previous Gundabad.
Yep. They just they basically took as Khazad-dûm expedition, but without doing anything. They just take it for free.
It's fucking hilarious. Which also that does remind me. Spitty, I want Gundabad to start as a horde. I want it to start in the farthest north you can possibly place it, like right above the map, like clear up some space there, and basically just say, go take a settlement. We'd recommend Gundabad. Go take a settlement, establish yourselves, go from there.
Ah, yes, the AA version. Yes, the Khazad-dûm version of expedition. Yes.
Yeah. Like you basically if your first settlement, the first settlement take is Gundabad, you get some bonuses obviously, like nothing too major to overly incentivize it, but you get like some access to this or that or something, But you still have the option to go take anything
Let's
else.
place them. Let's place them after all we have said.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I love this
Voted
faction.
for A tier, high A tier.
Yeah. Like, honestly, I'm thinking this is gonna be our first S tier. Oh god, yeah. Come on, it's a shock faction. People need to play it right. Your units are shock troops, man. Like you're supposed to rotate them into other combat. Like I don't do that always. Oh, okay, I'm a fault there also. But when you do it, it works out so well. When your units actually fight, rotate them in and out, and they're somewhat rested between, you barely lose anyone, and they kill so much. So high attacks, so high defense skills, so low armor, but so high defense skills.
And keep in mind, Gundabad are just equivalent. They're just dwarves, but they're just dwarves, but orc version. That's the main stick. They're the main stick for
countering against Erebor the longest time before Gundabad ever introduced as a faction. Your main enemy was the goblins of Misty Mountains.
Yeah. Also, I appreciate you, Spitty. Love ya.
But ever since Gundabad existed, they added from DAC. They made it better and gives a hell of a bucket of your money. And also, you get the Avengers Guild building.
Oh yeah,
and since,
it's fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
And since EUR expanded upon that concept, you even get it. And the best part is, you get the ring script. If you keep it as the Gundabad in EOR, if you get to keep the one wing, you get additional new units. Yet you will have to face the Witch King and his entourage first.
Also, that reminds me, Spitty, I have a gripe with EUR here. What the hell did you do to my chat's portrait? Where is his beard? His model has a beard. What did you do? Why is he a bald, weak-ass motherfucking bitch? What did you do to the chat? Where's my king? Why is he an ugly son of a fuck? Yes, it's all your fault, Spirit. You're the only model from the thing that's here that I'm aware of. So this is all on you, you fuck.
We should blame my Coventus, not Spitty alone. He's not a
Hey, Spitty's the one here. He's representing the mod, okay? He gets all the blame. That's how it works.
Fair.
Seriously though, change that fucking portrait. Bring back the old one. It was goated. I made a voice for that bastard.
Gundabad faction leader?
Yeah. I made a voice for that fucking bastard. Yeah, Gundabad faction leader. He looks shit now in his portrait. The fuck did you people do? His model was modeled after his original portrait. His in-game, in-battle model has that glorious beard. Yeah, look, I don't care a lot about the portraits get uploaded, okay? They look cool, that's fine. That portrait, fix it. Fix the fuck out of it.
Imagine they did dirty to Gilmokad.
Oh, yeah. Like, seriously, like, it's... What you people did to my chat here would be the same as you find a new portrait of Gimel chat, but instead of that awesome-ass helmet, it's a balding, middle-aged, triple-chinned bitch over there. With a bowl cut.
Oh no.
The bald's one on the top, you know. That's the balding part. I'm loving customer service. Great. Aside. Tangent aside. S tier. That's why I'm leaving it. I'll brook no argument.
S tier. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Alright, what's the other next faction?
Next one.
Next is Rhûn.
Oh, I played as Rhûn before. I say they're the weakest of the faction, of the Dwarven faction. But at the same time, they're decent.
Yeah.
They're decently good. You're very relatively safe. You can turtle the shit out of it until Angmar comes to your gates.
Yeah, and even then you can still turtle.
Yes, and not only that, they out of all the Dwarven faction in terms of teams, Erebor is the aggressive. The Khazad-dûm is the defensive, and the Rhûn, they're just jack of all trades, I guess.
Yes,
Jack of all trades.
I love Matt.
And not only that, there are both as pikes and crossbows.
Yeah, they're a pike and shot faction. It's very unique in these mods.
You're not gonna convince me that is one of the very unique ones. Out of all the dwarven faction, they're very focused on pikes alone and crossbows.
Yeah, like
I don't see any faction focused that.
Yeah, like out of all the factions of the game, they're the only pike and shot faction I know of, and they're bloody beautiful. Go away. I want to see my chat here. Thank you. This is what the chat's supposed to look like. Look at this, Biddy. Look at this. This is what it's supposed to look like. Also, can we just appreciate the fact that if you use a special ability, it sounds like the unit is saying Masog. Sound like they're yelling his name.
Because he's the Chad. He's the Chad of the Gundabad.
He's the Chad of Gundabad, the king of the fucking north. Let's look at how they butchered him. Now let's go on with continue with Ered Luin until I reach the butchered version. Yeah. But
Don't worry.
Pike and shot is beautiful. It's the most unique shit I've ever seen. And it's an awesome playstyle. You have a pike fucking wall in front of you. Have your crossbows behind, shooting over. Sometimes in front, you know, but that's dangerous. Also behind, who cares? Like put them on guard mode. The enemy won't reach you for shit. Have like some fire bears on the sides to flank around or kind of defend your flanks a little bit here or there, you know. And then just outlast the enemy. They won't barely be able to kill you. You'll kill more of your own people with accidental friendly fire than they will. And even then, you'll kill like 5 to maybe 10 dwarves, per crossbow boyo, just because they shoot when the enemy is a little bit too close.
And keep in mind, they have one of the most unique-ish script expanded above all the dwarves. Erebor, you just get the grudges and reclaim it. Khazad-dûm, they get the unique by expedition and take Khazad-dûm, but Ered Luin alone, you get the first one, that is the script. You get the choice script on go Grimborn or stay good. But but here's the thing, it doesn't even matter once you get Buzzword Doom, because that is where the whole, once you take the Buzzword Doom, you get the whole rebuilding, just like Mengelin, but without a script.
Yeah, like honestly, when you're playing Ered Luin, you can hold only the Ered Luin regions, like these 3 here, and Buzzword Doom becomes part of Ered Luin. And you can hold only that, do nothing but give settlements to allies or stuff like that, and win the entire game that way. You can support your entire military effort just from those 4 settlements.
Yeah.
Cool. And not only that, once you rebuild the vault, the second tier vault, you will get the second Balrog, and you get another script. That is the reclamation of Buzzword Doom by seeking out your allies. It doesn't even matter whether you pick as the good choice, that being stay friendly with the elves, or pick as Grimborn, because you really had to make them allies first, and then ask them for aid.
Yeah, it's bloody beautiful, man. Also, let's not forget, everything that ever goes wrong in any campaign is always Grimborn's fault.
Yes, the Grimborn heresy.
The unique.
Grimborn's fault.
I still remember Grimborn.
It's bloody beautiful. All of us got screaming. Look at how they massacred my boy, though! The fuck did they do? What is this bullshit?
Oh no.
Now that I think about it, they put it as a helmet. And that's it. With no beard, just helmet, but no beard.
Just helmet, no beard, like it's... What did you people fucking do? You massacred him! That's not the King of the North. That's not the Chat of Chats. That's just Bob.
Bob.
Oh wow!
Fucking Bob.
Respect Bob. Bob doesn't deserve it.
Like,
Bob didn't deserve this.
they even put a helmet on the King model, man. You even put a helmet on the campaign map model. Wait, did they used to have that? I don't remember. I don't think he used to. Maybe this one I'm willing to admit, I may be remembering wrong. I just love that in-game model. The battle model specifically. I maybe remember the campaign model wrong. But goddamn, man, he was so good that I ended up giving him a half-troll bodyguard for all of my campaigns. He looked so beautiful. He was such a pivotal role in my campaign when I played him. I gave him a half-troll bodyguard ever since. And I never played that faction again outside of my own time. So every time I face this faction, I have to fight Masuk with a half-troll bodyguard.
Yeah, I remember this campaign.
I do too.
The half-troll bodyguard was one.
Before I realized stuff. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm putting Masuk's butchering behind me now. But yes.
Let's turn to...
But all the, in fairness, with the factor when it comes to script, the units are decently good, comparable when it comes to Erebor and Khazad-dûm, and given the script. When you pick your only enemy, if you pick as a good Angmar, if you pick as the Grimborn choice, you face basically elves.
Everyone. Actually, everyone you face.
You face, yes. I give it to say, don't take my word as face value, I say it's upper A tier to low S tier.
I can see it, yeah.
Like they're not going to be the top of S tier, but I think they are S tier.
Yeah, I think they're definitely in S tier. Like, just,
I agree with Ozak here.
Yeah.
Actually.
Like seriously, like just the ready access to pikes. Like they don't have as good pikes as Khazad-dûm does. You know, like Khazad-dûm has the best pikes in the entire bloody game. But let's be honest here, man. How often are you actually fielding the Khazad-dûm Legion pikes?
Not many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how often are you able to support those pikes with crossbows?
Not many.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Rhûn, that you have pikes in every single fucking tier. Crossbows in every single fucking tier. Beautiful.
And I forgot one thing to mention. You also, Rhûn, as far as I remember, no Dwarven faction ever get this unit other than Rhûn. That is the fact. Once you take Khazad-dûm and upgrade it to Vault, you get the only OP unique units, and that's it. That is the axe wielding hammer unit type.
Yeah.
And AOR, elite. That is comparable to Gundabad, the Gundabad dwarves.
Yeah.
You mean
hammer?
Yeah, the not the Tomb Protectors, but the Vault Wardens.
Yeah, it's fucking beautiful. Like, yeah, like
They used to be pikes before. They used to be pikes in Arakir's development 1.
Yeah.
Yes, the Valeria don't. It's the Valeria. Yes.
Before
They used to be pikes, but now they are.
Yeah. Like, I'm leaning towards having them higher than Gundabad. What's your people's opinion?
I say it's low this year. I don't think they, despite having the great script, a good script that is expanded, they don't deserve to be as truly S tier. I say the bottom S tier to plus A tier at best.
Okay. Osa?
I agree.
Slowly
I
face
agree. Low S tier, high A tier, maybe.
Okay.
I agree as well.
Should.
Okay, we'll put them at the lowest part of a S tier then. Alright.
Yeah.
What about Erebor?
Erebor.
Ooh, Erebor.
Erebor is the easiest one out of the second easiest one because basically you just turtle it the shit out of it, build mines. But the best part is you get rams. Rams, baby. Gold.
You get the bloody mounted goats, man. Oh yeah. I'm gonna give Nico the nanny or something.
if we're talking specifically on DAC Erebor, I will not give it as a A tier at all. I will say a low A tier at best. But when it comes to goats alone, I say they're a bit upgrade to A tier, but higher.
Nikos, you have your life alert on, right? Just in case we give you a proper aneurysm on.
Yeah, because I am not decided because I have already stated the why actually from the first time.
Yep.
Well, seeing Erebor as a faction, Erebor actually is in a position right above Rhûn. They had only. Now they also have Gundabad. So it is this two front prong war that have to deal with. They have good armor, but not excellent. This
for dwarves.
Also for dwarves.
Yeah, like
they have the Orokarni units. I would very much like to credit from the Orokarni. They are like base tires, something that comes, but you don't see really an Orokarni line, complete Orokarni line.
Yeah.
This would add a lot of flavor to it.
Yeah. I've already put in a request for an Orokarni emergent faction with the Blue Wizards.
Yes, exactly, yes.
Yeah. Like if Khan rejects the Blue Wizards, an emergent faction pops in with the Blue Wizards trying to basically take back the back line there with the help of the Orokarni.
Yes, exactly, yes. I agree with this.
Yeah.
Back to faction with Dine as the head, he has one of the dullest perhaps scripts, except for the script. But this is the only thing. I would place them either upper B, mostly close to the A.
Okay.
Keep in mind, if we solely based on from DAC alone instead of EUR, I will be agree with Nikos that'll be on the B tier, specifically because the only thing they truly lack of that is cavalry alone.
Well, to be fair,
Erebor.
Again, they truly lack of.
When a bit, I said mostly close to the tier A.
Yeah.
But
there's one thing people are forgetting. Erebor has ready access to Dale cavalry.
Yes.
Yeah, they already do.
Yes. They're the only dwarven faction that does that.
Yes. Because
and that's it. That's the only thing that ever gets the
only thing you need.
Yes, that is their cavalry. But that's from the base DAC. Now when it comes to EUR, that's a entirely different story for me because they added rams that is restrictedly focused on mountains alone, and I'm okay with it because they're still rare, but they're still elite as you can get, and that is where it nullifies the weaknesses, but not fully, and also yes, you get two-faced enemies to focus on. Mostly people will focus on the Gundabad rather than Rhûn.
Yeah. Like gotta reclaim those holds, man. Gotta settle those grudges. You must make sure the book remains unfilled. You must empty the Empty the book of grudges, man.
They added new units, expanded the units while removing some units from Erebor, which is I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
I just really love the new units bodyguard for King Dane, which I actually played before. It was good shit there. It was good shit.
Yeah, it really was.
Oh, what's the new bodyguard for Dane?
It's called Legionnaire.
Yeah,
I forgot the
Erebor Legionary or something.
Yes,
really
Erebor Legionnaire.
Basically,
yes,
tier 4, tier 5 unit, you know?
Yes. Strictly only in Erebor, but they're really good. I swear.
Yeah.
They're really good.
They're really
They are a
good.
bit. They do die a lot, not much, but I say they're comparable to Sons of the Fallen at best.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Sons of Fallen is a spear unit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also Sons of the Fallen
mainly
don't fucking
hammers.
die.
Yeah. Yeah, the Legionnaires are a sword and board unit, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
They're basically the sword and board equivalent of the Sons of the Fallen. So, they die a bit more, but they kill faster.
Yep. Gimli his bodyguard doesn't change much.
Erebor and the Axe God of Erebor, beautiful.
Even Lord Thorvin doesn't change his bodyguard much. Even Gimli's father, Glorren, doesn't change his bodyguard much as far as I remember. Only Dane changed from his bodyguard from Sons of the Fallen from DAC to for Erebor Legionnaires, and that's it.
Yeah. Like the three dwarven factions are always really interesting to me. You have the pike and shot faction, you have the aggressive faction, and then you have the armored faction.
And axe throwers.
Yeah,
yes,
can't forget those
because
bats. They're beautiful.
Alone has the most axe throwers than any dwarves. A couple crossbows, but mostly mainly on axe throwers.
Yeah.
The crossbows, I believe, come from the Europe. But in EUR, you also have some very good crossbows.
Yeah.
The iron hilt crossbow, something like this.
Yeah.
Iron guard crossbows. Yeah, these are very good.
Iron crossbows, something crossbow, the king's crossbows. They're bloody beautiful. Like Ered Lewin. I'd say out of the three dwarven factions, they generally have the lowest armor, but they're also in the safest region, and they have the most ready. But they also in the safest region, and they have the most ready access to pikes and crossbows. So they're a pike and shot faction with the lowest armor. Erebor comes next with the highest damage potential, but medium-ish armor, you know. And then comes Khazad-dûm, lowest damage potential, but highest armor in the entire bloody game. The dwarves are only rivaled by elves when it comes to armor, and generally speaking, dwarves tend to outweigh them in the armor department across the board. There are occasional units here and there, you know, that outclass them, but special cases.
I also think that Khazad-dûm has the most
defensive. Khazad-dûm the most mostly comprised of defensive units. As far as I
have a lot of shield.
Yeah, and also because
the other dwarves don't have.
Yeah, and also because Khazad-dûm is next to Mithril, they're the only faction in the game guaranteed access to the highest tier of armor, the Mithril tier. Because dwarves and elves are kind of rivaled in the armor department. Dwarves have one more tier of armor than elves have, I think. I don't remember.
Yes, the dwarves have access to tier 6 blacksmith.
In that what comes to elves, they really don't. Only the high elves has the department of the Gwite Mirdan upgrade.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah, only the high elves have armor that can rival the three dwarven factions, you know, in the blacksmith tree. But only Khazad-dûm has ready access to Mithril, which gives them the highest tier, which is one above even that. And it is beautiful.
But when it comes to the EUR version, all elves can use the Guite Mirdan.
Yeah.
That's a plus.
Yeah, that is a very big plus, but let's be honest, only really Imladris is going to be using it in 99% of playthroughs.
Yeah,
that is on Order of Region. Remember that in EUR we have Order of Region.
Yeah, we're coming to that one last, but you know. Right, Erebor, where are we placing it?
I say higher.
You guys first.
Well,
I would say high A, a mid to high A.
Yes, agreed. Exactly. Ozak says.
Also, I feel like Erebor is a more bland faction. I guess.
Yeah, it's the among the three dwarves, Erebor's the most bland because it's the middle way between them. Like Ered Lewin, pike and shot, most unique. Casa Doom, you have that beginning script. Okay, sure, blah blah blah. No, most people just skip it. But highest armor in the entire game. They have a speciality, and the Legion, they have style. And then you have Erebor. They're probably the dwarfiest dwarf of them, but they're just dwarves. I hate the fact that I could say that, and it makes sense.
Yes, exactly.
Barely any script-wise other than just grudges, and that's it.
Well, that's the idea. You're able to recruit Dale units, but they've even. I remember there used to be a script where you could either call Dale for help, or Dale could call you for help, and have like where you defend against like a spawned army here or there or something in either your capital or Dale.
Yeah, I hope that this existed as well at times, especially against the calling.
Yeah.
Now that you mentioned Darwin, isn't that from Moth?
Yeah, I think it's from mods. Like it worked like the beacon system for Gondor and Rohan, where it works both ways. I really want those back. Like the ability to like just basically like every now and again like either trigger it yourself, have it automatically trigger like where an army from Rohan gets spawned for you, an army for Gondor gets spawned for Rohan, army from Dale gets spawned for Erebor, army for Erebor / Woodland gets spawned for Dale. Stuff like that, it goes back and forth. An army for Dale spawned for Woodland, where it goes back and forth.
Yes,
where you
that
can, like,
was a really
you can
cool
pay
script.
to have it triggered and whatnot. For the AI, you can have like an automatic, like random chance timer thing.
Yeah, that was really good. I would definitely love to see it as a script.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, Nikos, what did you say where you wanted them?
I wanted them in the A. Mid to high A tier as Ozark.
Yeah.
Said.
Mid to high it's also
and same with Khazad-dûm as well.
Yeah, mid to high. I think that's where they should go. At least Erebor.
Yeah. What about you, Oblivion?
I agree with the assessment.
Okay.
I say mid A at best.
Okay.
And I agree with the argument they're the blandest. My only problem beef with them is just the lack of the unique script that makes to set them apart, other than just grudges, and we take the holes and that's it.
Yeah, and
Spitty says high B.
Khazad-dûm.
Yeah. For Spitty it's top B. Now, okay, so guys, where do we want it? Above Mordor, above Isengard, above the Dour Hand, below Mordor, below Angmar?
From the logic you have said,
probably above Mordor.
Above Mordor.
Above Mordor, but below Isengard.
Okay.
Yes.
Now we
and
come
the same
to
is
that.
Khazad-dûm for me.
Now we come to the creme de la creme. My favorite dwarven faction in the game. Khazad-dûm. I love the legions. That silvery mithril look. It speaks to me, man. I've always loved the silvery look up more than gold. I've never understood why people are so fascinated by the golden color. Why do people want to be dressed in piss so much?
I understand the gold. They just want to look royalty, and silvers, and even to this day, gold represent that you're the highest. And even in sports, they represent you represent number one. While silver is just underrated at best. They give you're the mid. Silver is just makes you like a middle child syndrome.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Gold can tarnish. silver really. Here's the fun thing. If you eat or swallow the right amount of silver, it works as antibacterial.
Oh, okay.
It is really hilarious. Silver is naturally antibacterial. It naturally kills bacteria. It is fucking hilarious. Which, that's actually part of why the silver kills werewolves thing. It's theorized that's about where that thing comes from. Like, yeah, purity of silver, absolute beginning of it. The purity of silver cleansing the soul, that the religious stuff, the superstition, that began it. The antibacterial stuff, that's what basically continued and brought it back.
Question, Garvin. Didn't also silver detect poison when turned to dark?
I don't remember. I think certain types of poisons in certain settings, maybe. But yes, my fashion sense aside, I love silver. It's beautiful. It's like you're dressed in moonlight, man. Come on. Awesome.
I also like Khazad-dûm. They're my best dwarven faction, actually. They have a cool script with the Balrog, of course, and the expedition style. I very much like them. It's like dwarves in their glory. Dwarves in glory.
Yeah, like
This is the reason why they are my best.
Like when you're playing Khazad-dûm, you feel like you're bringing the dwarves back to their heyday, you know?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, beautiful.
Every dwarf liker for me has to go Khazad-dûm.
Yeah.
Nothing less.
Nothing less. The only thing that keeps me from playing them as much as I want to was the Khazad-dûm script, which, you know, I don't want to do the repetition every time. But now we can skip it.
Since they added the skip option for comes to EUR, that's a great plus. That's a great plus.
It is.
And the reason why I love Khazad-dûm for biases wise is Balin from the Hobbit Syphilis.
Oh yeah. And also, Spitty brings up good points here, you know?
Yes.
For him,
I
custom
also
is
think
high
so.
A for him. The reason is elves are above that. Spitty is biased for elves. But he also says, don't get me wrong, I love the dwarves, the armor, the units, for me. But for me, not having that good mobility and how slow they are, and it's mostly a slugfest. Good eco and all, but they just miss early mobility from me. Yes, the Cavican fruit is trash before goats.
I tend to agree with him, and my favorite action in the game is not Khazad-dûm.
Yeah. Like, hey, you guys know my playstyle. I'm a defensive player, man. Khazad-dûm, my jam. I can just sit my ass down somewhere, get my catapults up, bombard the enemy until they come to me and they die. I can just sit there and be like, yep, I'm playing the game. I'm just knitting. I'm playing the game, everybody. It's going good. Just make a box.
And also,
So
I
for
think
me,
you can face the Balrog, but if you skip it, if you skip the Gandalf kill the Balrog script, and instead just
fight yourself.
Unstable. Let's not forget Balrog was unstable. Empire versus DAC, but ever since they fixed it, I'm not so sure if you face the Balrog to this day, since you always go to Gandalf and kill the Balrog for you, but you still have to face the chunk load of army against such a doorstep.
It's so fun defending the Brits of Khazad-dûm, and also the fact that you can defend Khazad-dûm from Khazad-dûm West with just Balin, a single spear boy, and 2 archers.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Khazad-dûm is one of the most defendable places in Middle-earth.
I'm confusing Khazad-dûm West to East because Khazad-dûm East, that is where the bridge.
Yeah.
Khazad-dûm West.
I know, I'm aware of that. I'm saying that's all you need to defend either side.
Yeah.
Like,
Fair point.
I've played Casa Doom. I played Casa Doom only challenge, basically. Where I would basically just rebuild this to a specific level so that I can say I've cleared it, like hold it for a specific amount of time or build a specific building so that I have cleared it, then move to the next custom and build from there. I defended Casa Doom with just 4 units against wave after wave after wave after wave of goblin armies. That was awesome.
I'm surprised that
Smitty says it's stable now.
Yeah. Good. But yeah.
High A says Spitty. High A.
Yeah, like I'm leaning high A, low S.
Yes. Me as well.
Yeah.
Above
me
the-
as well.
Yeah. Like they just have such good economy, man. That
Yes.
alone. Like
Only
Yes.
thing is,
with
they own it. That's it.
yeah, like with just a single Casa Doom, even without the other one, you can support your entire military career once it's built up. From
Definitely.
just that.
I remember also ligizd with Casa Doom. I wrote the story, of course. As always, for every good faction,
Yeah.
he would be able to support completely. Rampend has also played Casa Doom. Completely everything. He could support influx with Dwarven armies. No problem economic.
Yeah.
The economy with Casa Doom, because of the Mithril, is exceptional.
Oh yeah, it's bloody beautiful, and it's so worth
That's
it.
why, for me, yes, lowest high.
Yeah. So, Ozark, what's your opinion?
For Casa Doom, I think that they'd be high A, low S, purely because of the. I'm trying to remember the script for them. Not the. It's the gathering script. After
The
you
expedition,
take,
you say.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
gathering
not
script. Yeah, they build a certain building and you start getting access to new dwarven units from there over time.
Yeah.
They have the most. They have the most like out of the two other dwarven factions. They have the most. What's the word?
Variety.
Variety.
Yeah. Yeah, like you have access to Erdlun pikes from there. Like, sure, you don't have access to the last tier of Erdlun pikes, but you have access to from their first tier to their main line. You have access to to the other 2 dwarven units, first tier and mainline units, basically.
Yeah, and that's why I think that the Casa Doom dwarves are the better dwarves in AGO EUR.
Yeah. Okay, so
purely because of how much they get.
Yeah, okay, so we're all in agreement. It's high A tier, low S tier. I'm putting it low S tier. Is it above Erdlun?
I'd say so because they get the mithril as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
They may not have. They may not have as many AP things or AP fucking choices. But they just have it in term. They have it in terms of numbers, which is weird to say for dwarves.
Also, I'm just now realizing Bree doesn't exist anymore. Like, I knew they were deleting Bree, but I just now realized Bree isn't among these icons. I just completely forgot Bree existed as a faction. It didn't occur to me to check if it was missing or not.
Possibly they merged it with.
Yeah, they all demerged with the Dune then. It's been confirmed. They were testing it out in the previous version now, but then they confirmed that they were officially merging it.
Let's just imagine. How about this? Let's just imagine Bree existed for this version before they get removed. So therefore, let's take a quick vote, a quick rank. Which Bree rank will be taking place? Either D or S tier. Let's focus on that. Let's imagine Bree existed.
D tier for me. I like Bree, but I don't like it that much.
For me, I say is
C tier below. Don't get me wrong. I love Bree. I love Bree as a whole. I love the hobbits. I love it. Everything when it comes to Bree. But I had to agree they're the most boring out of all the faction, considering the fact your region itself is safe. The only thing you've contended of is rebels that's spawning in Bree and probably from the Shire area. And after that, you basically get the regions, the rebel regions, and depending how fast you conquer, you even take Buzz of Doom, and the rest of the gameplay is just simple as turtling down and help your allies your northern Duradin from the north and from the east.
Like, the Bree gameplay is basically just take rebel settlements, occasionally help Dunedain defend on a Fornost and finish Rhûn, but mainly just fighting Dunland and end it with. Add Ergluen if it goes evil, but, you know, yeah.
Yes, end it with Dunland, and that's it.
Yeah.
Occasionally Goblin, and occasionally Angmar, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing you'll face off. And also the reason why I pick it as a low C tier is you get a 2 script. You got a choice. You either choose as the mercenary route or the honor route. The honor route that is the most popular out of all the choices. You get the honor unit, you get the elves, and that's it. While the mercenary route, you got the dwarves and the high building, and you got the sellsword. But the thing is, you don't recruit sellswords.
Yeah.
How the hell you get the mercenary route and yet you don't recruit sellswords?
How do you not get access to the mercenary unit, man?
Yeah.
Yeah. That bothers me even to this day. So
I think they'd be more popular if they did.
Yeah, and then let's also not mention, if you go on a elf route or Dunedain route, well, hey, you get elven units. You get an elven general. It doesn't start with any elven units, and you'll get access to those elven units after another 60 turns.
Exactly.
The campaign's over by the time you get the elven unit. The campaign's over by the time you get that script to get the elven units. By the time you actually get them, you're way past the campaign being over, and then you only have 3 of them in your entire fucking faction.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. For me, it's a D tier.
And that's it.
A D tier.
That's my only gripe. That's my gripe when it comes to you get the honor, quote unquote, aside with the Dunedain route. You just get the lack of elves.
Yeah.
Without, and that's it. That's why I put it as a C tier. You get the C tier rank below, not upper. They don't deserve to be upper. Low tier at best.
For me, it's a clear D. Same.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Let's have Gondor.
Hold on. Spitty, can I share that? Might have sent you something funny. Yeah, I see that. I'm allowed to share. It's beautiful.
Do it.
Look at this.
What the?
Yeah.
He's playing in ladders, man. Look at that army.
Yeah. I'm ladders.
With Gildor? Fuck.
Yeah, Gildor and Glorian, baby.
Of the king of Finland.
Yep.
Do you have Dorn and us done yet?
I mean, if he has the Noldor in it, then he should have
Yes.
the Dorn
I think the Ace of...
He does. And Oblivion said his thing. Peace. Nikos? Bree?
For Bree, I would say a clear D.
Yeah, it feels like a D, low C.
I think it depends. If you go, okay, it depends on what you choose. Like if you choose mercenary or if you choose the Dunedain, whatever. It's just like everything else that has a choice. Like for example, if you choose to go good as Khan, or well, good quote quote, or if you stay allied with Mordor.
Yeah, exactly. For me, it is the reason that because it is the DAC.
How do you look at
They're just occasional here and there. For me, this is a clear D. You don't sense that you have a clear role in the campaign with Brie. That's why, for me, it is a clear D.
It's Imriel.
E.
Yeah, let's and we have
Just
to
a fucking
stay with
chat.
Lamros.
Oh,
yeah.
Remember,
Yeah, we'll add him in there probably, you know.
yes. Definitely.
Yeah,
For
definitely.
Lamroth. Oh, okay, I get it now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even though Dol Amroth doesn't
Lamroth.
exist in EUR, let's think of let's think of Dol Amroth still
Yeah, let's think.
exists.
What if they exist?
Actually, they still exist, but only for ultimate mode.
Yeah, they exist only because of auto-expansion, when auto-expansion glitches
okay.
out.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Ozar, did you say your piece?
Okay, for Bree?
Yeah.
Okay, so if they choose the Dunedain, I actually think that's the D. And if you choose Mercenary, that's the C route.
Yeah,
C
like you
tier.
get access to dwarves as mercenaries.
Yeah,
Ready
and
available access to dwarves.
Yep.
Yeah, they have more access to dwarves. They have more access to any type of mercenary besides sellswords, which fucking sucks.
Yeah. That
But other than that, I don't think the armor is worth getting for the Dunedain route or the choice.
It really isn't.
And even then, you also get the recruitment option to get Tharbad Royal Guard from Tharbad. But you're probably not going to be getting that anyway.
Yeah, like, generally speaking, you're probably going to give that away to the Dunedain just to not have to bother with it.
Yeah.
And Mangalan, considering that once you restore the script, you get to steal bowman. But if you pick as a mercenary, you're not even gonna use it. You just
you don't even need steel bowman.
Like if you plan to go the mercenary route, you might as well just give Mangalan away because it's not worth it.
And plus, Mangalan isn't that good of a thing anyway.
Yeah, like it's really only good for one faction in the game, maybe two, and that's the Dunedain and Angmar.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Because Angmar gets Barrow Whites and then the Dunedain gets Steelbone.
Yeah, and they get they get a special building as well than Dunedain, which gives some bonuses.
Okay.
So
now let's rate the Lamroth.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put the Bree at D tier because most everyone is going to pick the Dunedain thinking it's the better option, but it's a trap option that most everyone's gonna fall for.
Yeah.
Now, you three start talking about the Dol Amroth. We want to get this out of the way. Talk about Dol Amroth. I'm gonna go take a piss, and I'll come back to hear your thoughts about it, and then share mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good choices.
Billy,
Alright, who gets to speak first about Dol Amroth? I'm definitely not gonna be Arakir. I'm not gonna represent Arakir spirit. Just for the love of let's keep in mind, Arakir loves Dol Amroth so much that any biases against him, biases against Dol Amroth will go out of the drain. So therefore, I'm trying my best therefore, I'm not trying to be Arakir here, but I'm trying to live up the spirit as Arakir of his love of Dol Amroth. But I've been failed trying. I'll fail miserably to represent his love of Dol Amroth.
I do like how Garwin included Bree and Dol Amroth into this because they were a part of DAC for the longest time. For a long time. And it doesn't really. It's been. It's so weird not having Dol Amroth and Bree on the roster, you know?
It's weird, Maverick wanted them out.
Considering it is EUR, EUR focus, not DAC, by removing 2 components is weird, honestly. Yeah, I agree with you. I was like, pretty weird.
It really feels weird that they're not like a part of it anymore. Because we basically, I don't know if you played played anything, Nikos. I don't know if you played DAC or AGO.
Well, I haven't played anything in DAC because I don't work issues. I don't want to mess together. However,
well, me, I didn't play Med 2 for the longest time because A, I don't have the money, and B, I only resort watching DAC most of my time from YouTube. Only just recently, like a year or so, just to buy a game on Steam and install it on DAC. Install it just to play just to play Third Age, Total War Divided Conquer, and that's it. For the longest time, so I get it. For my brief experience,
I have a review based on DAC, and I have taken some factions, not everything, because of where I abandoned it. I want to take it back. I have my own review, extremely different mechanism, bigger map, stating factions, and because I started with Gondor, it was because of ligizd campaign in Gondor, in AGO, that had Dolamroth, the very last Dolamroth I've seen, and I have added actually all the fiefdoms. Dolamroth is the one, then Lamendor, then what else I had? I had, I think, Calebel, Ringlo, etc. And lastly, I had the Pinathgeli. Anphalas and Pinathgeli.
Oh my god, Garvin is back, and I'm gonna say this to Garvin. I'm gonna try my best to represent Eric Cares his love of Dolama.
Okay.
So whatever you guys do, try your best to use your arguments against me, and I will try my absolute best to represent his love of Dolama.
Okay.
Yeah, so I also said while you were gone, I said how it was great that you included Bree and Dolamroth, because it's weird not seeing them in the roster anymore.
Yeah.
Because they've been a part of the they've been a part of DAC for so long.
Yeah.
That while going over to EOR, they're just not there anymore. It's so like it feels empty without them.
Oh yeah. Like, I will be honest about one thing. A mod that I do want to see now that they have the new EOP, then we have more slots for factions. A mod that I want to see, whether it's even possible now or later, whether I don't know how many slots we have, whether infinite or limited, but if we ever have enough slots for it, one mod I want to see is a splintered Gondor. They all start in Unbreakable Alliance and whatnot, vassalized to like Minas Tirith Gondor, but it's split between each and every fiefdom is its own faction. Sending that you have a system where you can ask for troops from them, depending on the situation. You press a button or go to a building or do this or that. Or maybe every couple turns, there's a chance they'll send something to you. And then you basically have to try and manage that conglomerate mess, either as Minas Tirith, or you have to try and deal with a mad steward trying to run this system while you're one of the fiefdoms.
Yeah, and now you come to my words, as I telling to in Oblivion, that my reason of Divide and Conquer, which is a completely different game if someone makes it. Gondor is actually 4 factions, not 3. Gondor proper, Dolamroth, Lamendor, Pinathgeli. And based on AGO script of Dolamroth independence, sort of, all of the factions have this. In order to manage Denethor's madness, then have the ranking system of the fiefdoms. They are fiefdoms. this means they are vassals.
Yeah.
And it means that they have to give in possible scripted invasions for Gondor, for example. They have their own units with their own look. I still remember the looks of the units and try to apply that and this and that everywhere. That would be my ideal Gondor, not unified Gondor.
Like, honestly, best possible scenario I can see here, Gondor at war kind of merges with EUR, and then EUR finds a way to basically splinter Gondor into every single fiefdom and vassalize it under a name Minas Tirith Gondor.
Yes, and possibly we can have 3 fiefdoms: Dol Amroth, Lamendon, Galembel, Erech, which is the Ring of Ale, Langstrad, and Pinathgelin. This is 6 as I counted.
Yeah.
6 fiefdoms.
I think that.
Alright, let's do fact checking time.
I think Shogun 2, the mod for Shogun 2, what is it? Lost Alliance. I think they did it. I think they did that whole fiefdom thing really good, because they had every I think they had to have every single fiefdom in there as their own faction.
What fandom page am I on? This thing be costing one of this some game shit, not.
Yes.
Let's see.
Just check out the map.
Yeah.
I feel the map can say.
Open image a new tab. Image a new tab.
Look at all those freaking.
Image a new tab and sure, man.
That's a good one with all the flags.
Let's see. Andros, Lefnui Whale, Anfalas, Pinathgelin, Lamadon, Belfalas, Lebanon, Losanak, Arnorion.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I count 9. If we add Arondor, we have a 10.
Yeah. Oh god, that's tiny as shit.
Oh jeez.
Oh god, Google, what did you do there?
What did you do? Why do you copy?
That's not the 3K one you showed here, you little shit. There we go.
Okay, oh wow.
Now
that shows Rohan too, funny.
Yeah. Rohan
now we're talking. Yes, look at this. Now we're talking.
Losanak, Nordin, Lebanon, Belfalas, Lamadon, Morthon, Pinathgelin, Anfalas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. With Harondor 9. 9. Anorian. Άρα σύνολο μαζί με τη Harondor 10. Which means, translating, it is with Harondor 10, and if we consider split Ithilien, we can...
11. That'll be 11.
Because Ithilien is one as a unit until the river Poros.
Yeah.
Harondor is actually considered a feud of Gondor.
Yeah.
Gondor means southern Gondor. Harn, Gondor.
Yeah. And that could be interesting. How Rondor and the area here being like a merchant fiefdoms that can pop up?
Yes, definitely. I agree with this. I agree with this. I would very much like to have something like a...
Yeah, that's basically 12 just
so
from
that
these so
we have
far.
a full roster.
Well, here's the thing. Considering like 9 or 12 fiefdoms that requires like 12-ish faction slot, you might gonna need to butcher or at least remove the faction as a whole. Erevive will be much more candidate to remove.
Yeah.
Anduin is they're part of the lore wise. Like Dovinian. As much my heart loves Dovinian, they only exist just a few sentences, and that's it. And lastly, R. Denium. Let's face it, there is no surviving dark Numenorians by the time whatever age, since the last two dark Numenorians existed, they're all being purged by a certain Gondor king by the sack of Umbar, and massacre the entire dark Numenorians, and that's it.
Yeah, basically.
So let's face it. There will be no Denial at that point. But even then, there's not enough. Even there's not enough faction slot if we move just a couple or a few faction. Unless you wanted to add Edward Rhûn into the mix to remove it.
Nah.
And can't.
As I was saying.
But even
as I was saying, this is something I would want if we had the faction slots. Whether it's like, I don't know how many faction slots we have now with a new EOP, or if we require a newer EOP to add even more, but if it's ever possible, this would be beautiful.
Currently, since they added given by the preview, and they split high elves from back to separate kingdoms. And the EOP that removes the reunited and the honor that frees up the slots. I would say that you get 2 to 3. You get 2 to 3 plus faction slot if I math correctly. So yeah, but even that is not even enough.
Yeah, it really isn't. Like, this is a dream that's probably not gonna happen anytime soon, but it would be beautiful.
I mean, at least Shogun 2 has that option.
Yeah.
Now
I played that.
It's late.
The real challenge begins for me.
Yeah.
Let the argument begins.
But I will tell you before. The only super top S tier, I think, it is the highest of Fingolfin, because I have a personal attachment to this. My character, if you have ever seen in some stories, is Ancalagon the Black, who is of people of Feanor, but does not side entirely with the people of Feanor. He is a ringmaker, and he has only one mission: to simply destroy the ring.
Yeah.
So I have made this character very long ago. It's now 2 or 3 years now. My mostly developed character, and whenever I have high elves, this character is in the mix.
Yeah.
Every time. This is my mostly S tier above everything else. So now, excuse me, I have to go to bed. It's already 1:30.
Yeah, it's getting to 12 for me.
I couldn't. So I might as well stay up for a bit until I go to sleep.
Yeah.
I have though one last proposition.
Yeah.
Darwin, if you can stop it so that next day we gather again and we continue after this.
Okay.
At this and continue and give our opinions over the rating as a series of interactive streams.
I think I can do that. Yeah. Like, we're gonna finish off Dol Amroth, because Rampend's discuss it, and then I think we're gonna call it part 1 for today.
Yes, and continue tomorrow.
Yeah.
Why not?
Tomorrow at what time? So that way we can do
the usual time.
Yeah,
which doesn't exist.
Today it is good for me.
Which doesn't exist.
Alright, Nikos. We'll see you later, my boy.
Okay, about Dol Amroth, my opinion is that it's high tier B, possibly low tier A, because it is heavily cavalry focused faction. It had no archers actually, and adding a bit of flavor is the independence creed that AGO had. This would be clearly tier A for me.
Radio. Also,
I
guys,
say goodbye
everybody
now.
realize We've been doing it for 3 hours.
Yeah.
We only got.
We're halfway through, baby.
Third.
3 hours. We have not reached into the Rhûn campaign yet.
Yep.
Yeah, indeed.
Look,
We have 19 facts.
You might have to edit your Discord announcement of removing Rhûn stream.
No. Hey. I'll stream Rhûn for 15 minutes. That way I want it live.
Alright.
Okay, thank you guys. I really have to.
Yeah. Alright, Nikos. See
Goodbye.
you later,
Night.
boy.
See you tomorrow if you continue this. I am in always.
Right here.
Bye
Alright.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Alright, Ozark. What's your argument for the Dol Emerald?
Okay.
Oh, no.
I'd say that Delamroth is mid to high A tier, purely because of how good they turned out to be. They don't have many missile or archers, but what they do have is enough for them. Like they're able to get the Athelian Rangers. They had the Nimrodel Mariners, and they had the White Knights of Athelion, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
I think those were the horse archers, and they were fine. They were all really good, or they were all really decent to really good. I'd say decent because of the Mariners.
Yeah.
They had good pikes. They had excellent infantry, and they had perfect cavalry for what they needed. Their cavalry was perfect.
The Dol Emerald Squires, the Swan Knights, the Royal Swan Guard. Those three, all you ever needed.
Yeah. So that's why I say mid to high A.
Alright,
That's what I'm gonna fail so hard by representing Eric's love of Dol Amroth, but I will do my best. The spirit of Eric. I say above S A tier to low S tier. That was his biases, alright. Simply because to lower wise, Imrahil was the movie just actually made him dirty, so therefore Imrahil was, and that's it. But in the books, Imrahil was a badass, and he charged with his elite Dol Amroth troops, Cav, and burst into the field and wreak havoc, and that's it. And that was his badass. Now apply that to the books, and that is where the whole shtick happens. You get the Knights of the Silver, you get your Knights of the Silver Swan, and he will just your one-man army, solo him, and attack Harad without, hopefully, that you don't get yourself killed. Make him still get killed by your sucker cavalry. But most of the time, he will win your battles so many times.
Oh yeah.
And also, let's not forget the fact, when you play as Dol Amroth, you're one of the few, and I mean one of the few factions that has cavalry bodyguard. Before you get Gondor Cab bodyguard, before they change it.
Yep.
Keep it mind. And Bree used to have cavalry bodyguard before they changed to melee.
Cavalry bodyguards were too good on the field. They had to change it. I mean, that's the reason why they say medieval 2 cavalry is king.
Do I have to remind you that Rhûn and Dorian, ironically enough, used to have cavalry bodyguard as well.
Yeah.
So therefore, Dol Amroth is one of the few that were lucky
and have a bodyguard cavalry, low in numbers but great in charges. You just really have the only thing you get exhausted is micromanaging. One is very enough. Two is very handful, but 3 to 4 is becoming too much, and that is the cons with playing as the horse cavalry overall. However, but with Olava, compared to Vohan, they're just like, well, your typical Vohan cavalry that are speed, that are charge. But when it comes to Dol'Anwar, they're very heavily cav. Heavy cav, elite of the elite of the fiefdoms. And that's the whole premise. They're supposed to be elites for Gondor, and they send their elites to help in defense of Minas Tirith. Not a lot, mind you, in lore, but enough to make Gondor survive.
Yeah, like let's not forget that for the longest time, basically the entire time Dol'Anwar existed, the Silver Swan Knights and the Royal Swan Guard were the best cavalry in the entire fucking game. The best heavy cavalry in the entire fucking game. Maybe even best cavalry, period. They only had units that could occasionally somewhat rival them, but even then, it was always, they're the best. It's hands down them. Even today in EUR, bring them in, like stat for stat wise, right in, and they're still competitive for the top spot.
And without being a player, for the longest time, Dol'Anwar, for most of the time, they keep Harad, Variags of Khan, and R.R. Denaim. They shoulders the bulk of Gondor's enemies to the south, while Gondor heavily focused on Mordor itself. While Gondor occasionally dealt with Harad, Dol'Anwar took the heavy burden of it. But even then, they still survive until a bit the late game. They will die. But that was just a late game. The middle point of the game, they're struggling but still surviving, while Gondor is getting steamrolled by Mordor, and yet Dol'Anwar still survives.
It's almost fucking hilarious to see. It's like,
and that's what makes,
just fucking die already.
And that's what amazed me. And the funny thing, Dol'Anwar always survives is to Gobble Tofalas.
Yep. It's a singular approach thing. You can't get more armies on there. Like, I've run AI onlys where Gondor has survived with just Gobble Tofalas for 300 fucking turns until the game wouldn't run anymore. The entire rest of the world belongs to Mordor or whatever other faction, but Gobble Tofalas stands.
They stand tall, baby, and that is why. And they can't. I admit, playing as Dol'Anwar start even before they upgraded. They economy sucks balls.
Oh,
really?
Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah.
Even in base DAC, it's really hard to justify the greatness of Dol'Anwar when you can't back up when your economy is suck ass. Yeah. Yes, you get your ports, your highest ports, but even then, you cannot justify how suck they are.
Yeah, but here's the fun thing. It makes you feel like a fiefdom.
Yes.
You can't support a big-ass army. You're not a kingdom. You're not Gondor itself. You're the fiefdom of Dol Amroth. You don't have thousands of troops. You have hundreds. You don't have the economy of a nation. You have the economy of a fiefdom after it's given its tithes. Your troops are being sent to Gondor as well. You just have what you have at home. You have the home guard and you make fucking do.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know if I remember this correctly, out of all Gondor, I think only Dol'Anwar is purely Numenorean-ish, but small parts, mostly because they have elven blood within them mixed in.
Yeah, that if I remember the story correctly there, the reason why they stand on a tall, that people in Dol Amroth stand taller than most of the people in Gondor, where the blood still runs thick in them, is, hold on. Oh, there we go, it's burp I needed. It's because Athelond used to be an elven city. So there used to be elves that lived there. Yes. And there was also that story about the elf man and the elf lady who were going to meet there. The elf man died somewhere and the elf lady wandered the shores for eternity, just waiting, weeping, basically singing. There was that story there too.
Wait, I think I had to expand upon. Okay, Eric, a moment. Okay, basically, they were supposed to meet up the boat, and they succeeded. Yet, the ship sank. The wife dies along the ship, but the man survives, and he has to swim.
Yeah.
Yes, he basically swim all the way to the coast, and that is where his fate ends.
Yeah.
But keep in mind, how can you fucking swim that a raging tide?
And then climb up a fucking cliff or try to get into the port.
Yes, but keep in mind they're all in the ocean already by that point, and he has to swim all the way there, all the way back Dol Amroth before Dol Amroth even existed.
Well, see, here's something that does help the elves. They don't tire. They can run they can run while sleeping with their eyes open. Like, for 7 days and 7 nights, they can run non-stop, and if they need to sleep, they can just sleep with their eyes open, still running. Shut off half the brain, the other half is active. It's fucking hilarious to think about.
Yeah, and not only that, Dol Amroth, I feel like they're one of the few factions that has the quote that elven-inspired unit restrictedly being recruited in Eredlon. They're your only elite horse archer cavalry. The only one. You can't recruit anywhere but Eredlon, and that's your horse archer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, Oblivion, where do you put them?
Now, in the spirit of Arcade biases will never be the S tier low. But for me, but trying to be fair, that will be A+. That will be A tier higher. Above Blue Crag.
Right, yo. And Ozark, what's your opinion?
I said, I think I said high A, low S, I think.
Yeah. There's the inspired speech of an Oblivion and my chatter in there as well. Change your opinion anyway?
I think my opinion still stands.
Yeah.
Not bad. Yes. Not
bad. High A, low S?
Yeah, high A, low S.
Alright.
I can't put them any higher than that.
Yeah.
I think that's where they belong, at least.
Yeah. Let's put them high A for now. And we'll resume this one tomorrow.
Gosh damn. I try my best, I make you. I hope you're proud. I try to live up to your fanboys. We are fanboy don't ever. But the same to try to account to the gameplay wise.
Let me see if I can save that thing into my tier maker. If I didn't just accidentally get rid of it. Nope, still that beatable. Go away. Let's say EUR Faction Tier list. Save that. There we go. Now we can just resume it at any time. I think. Let me see. Yes. Beautiful.
Just let me know when. Just let me know when the next stream of part 2, so I can go and in with Zoom.
Yeah, like it'll probably be between 17 and 19 0 GMT. The start.
Yeah.
Start between 17 and 19 of 0 GMT.
Alright, that'll be on tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Alright. I'll try to stay awake at that time, probably.
Yeah. Well, it's been wonderful having you beautiful bastards here in my Discord. I'm gonna end the call and then say goodbye on a stream.
Alright.
Yeah. See you all later.
Yep, see you.
Well, you all know the saying by now. It's been wonderful having you beautiful bastards here today, alright? And I do hope to see you all again next time. Love ya.